Good evening, one and all. I was just slightly surprised by some red text, but let's have a look at Waframe, shall we? Because Yareli Prime has arrived. The red text that popped up and had me briefly concerned that there was going to be a hotfix right this second said, "Boo! Did I get you? You should have seen your faces, don't lie." Anyways, Nora's Mix Volume 9 is coming in 15 minutes. Our red text will be checking back in 5 minutes to remind us they'll be in 10 minutes. See? They're useful, apparently. Poor red text. Has to jump in when it's not even red text time. When it's not even red text time, but hey, it's fine. We've already had the core red text of the day, which is Yareli Prime is here. And of course, Kompressa Prime and Daikyu Prime, but, we start with the Waframe. Yareli Prime, there we are, lovely relics ready to go. The Y1, Y1, Z4, A14 across the board there. In fact, not across the board. There are 2 Lith relics, 1 Neo, 1 Axie. No Miso to get Yareli herself. That is interesting. That is an interesting one. We have a look at the Kompressa. Kompressa is Axie, Miso, Neo. Sure, alright, because the Liths are over on Yareli's side. And on Daikyu. Daikyu has 5 relics? Oh my. Daikyu has 5 relics. And I suppose if I have a look at the blueprint, that's because it's going to have 4 parts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now that's not unheard of. There are various melee weapons where they'll have, say, 2 blades, 2 handles, and so you do also need 5 parts there as well. At least in this case, looking at the naming convention of the relics, I can see at a glance that only 1 part is considered rare. Whereas if there was a rare handle or rare blade on a double-parted melee, then you'd need to get 2 rares. So it's only 1 rare, and then we have an uncommon, a common, an uncommon, and a common. So that's actually relatively farmable. Like, pretty farmable overall. Yeah. That is pretty farmable. If we go back to the Kompressa there, has a rare barrel, has a uncommon receiver, and a common main blueprint, and it only needs 1 of each piece. So that is a 3-part build compared to the bow 5-part build. So it's a trade-off there, honestly. You're still farming up 8 different items to get 2 different prime weapons. So that's perfectly fine. And then if we have a look at Yareli, who I continue to misspell when typing first time, don't know what's happening there, we have an Axie rare. Oh well, Axie rare it is, alongside a Lith rare, a Lith common, and then a Neo uncommon. Now definitely watch out when doing rad shares. Make sure that if you are doing a Omni Fisher, that someone who is supposed to bring an Axie definitely brings an Axie and not a Lith. And likewise, if you are doing a Lith rad share, make sure they are bringing the correct Yareli relic. Not out of malice, it could just be a misunderstanding, as some people might think, oh yeah, I've got a Yareli relic, it says right there, yeah, it's Yareli. And it's the wrong one. So definitely check on these ones here, definitely check. But with those bits of forewarning aside, let's see how prepared I can be for this. Now, I did say previously, I would buy a little bit of Vosper, and then I'll use the account, and I'll gain some standing, and it'll be good, and it turns out I've been doing all the work on Dan recently, so poop. But it's fine, I can still pick up a handful of relic packs here, it's not a problem. Hold on, what did I just say? Thought it was a symbol, that was new. Anyway, let's have a look here. Is any of that Yareli? Yes, we got 1 Yareli item right there, so that is off to a good start. The weapons can kind of come along in the process. And then here we have... Okay. Daikyu 1 over there, good. Yareli Prime Near Optics. Getting the bits and pieces. Excuse me. Yareli Prime Chassis. There's that so far. Daikyu bit over there. Kompressa bit here. There's a couple bits here and there, but nothing amazing. And do the same now with these ones. That is a Daikyu bit. Not a lot of good that. Also, snap on the relics there. Daikyu Prime string. Daikyu Prime lower limb. And yeah. Oh, another Aya in that slot. Getting Aya in the left-hand slot there, that is really unlucky because it's... I don't need that. I really don't. Yeah, this is... Oh, come on! Come on! Ah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. If we just go back to have a look at this here a sec there. Yeah, so because these two are in the higher tier of relics, they could only be in the left-hand slot of relic packs, so that definitely puts a little bit of a damper on this, doesn't it? Oh dear. Master Regnak, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime up onto 10 months there. Much appreciated. Master Regnak, cheers indeed. Cheers indeed. Yeah, feeling someone's going to send a comical amount of relic packs? Honestly, we'll just see. I suppose we'll just see. As for me complaining about receiving Aya, let's be honest now. I now have exactly 300 Aya. I think I am good for Aya. I have exactly 300. It would take me 50 trades to even sell the relics, let alone open them instead. God. 300 how? Well, it is my job to be a content creator in Waframe, which means that I play this game quite a bit. Also, wow, that is tiny. Look at this. It's 6 lines, and 2 of those are topics. That's shorter than me. God damn, that is... Wow, alright then. So, with that bit done, let's grab what I can from Seal Meridian. Show me some good stuff. That is not good enough. Try again. I'm looking specifically for the rares, I'll be honest. The rest I can kind of pick up along the way. Can you stop putting Aya in that slot there? A Daikyu Prime Grip. Okay, we got one important rare there. One. Alright, if I head down to visit these lots, I should also have some medallions to turn in. At least fingers crossed for medallions to turn in. Does Aya sell for a lot? It's one of the more valuable bits, yeah. It is one of the more valuable bits in terms of relics because... it can be directly traded in for what is active in Prime Resurgence. You grab those relics, and that's what you sell to people. Because you can't trade Aya itself, but you can trade the relics you purchase. Alright, I can slam in these, grab another 29,500 standing right there. So let's do that. There we go. And then having done that, we'll immediately go to the next one. Hi there. Who is your turn-in spot? Not that. It's this thing. Take these off my hands as well. Bada boom. And then we take another step over to here. Over to here. And we turn in these ones. Very good. I'll just do all the shopping out of the relay. Alright, so with that standing now rapidly acquired, that has pushed Ibis Hexes almost to 3 relic packs, but it's just the 2 in this case. And that is no bueno. We've already got Lavos, thank you. That is a no bueno. Not a fan. Try again.
Curious.
Nope, try again. That's not looking good. I might actually have to work for my stuff. Good heavens. There's another Daikyu grip at least. Also, I want to point out just how useless this this is. It's just naming all the relics. Because I can't interact with that to see what those relics are. That's... I feel like there are better ways to show this, but I suppose that takes a bit of a UI overhaul. That does take a bit of an overhaul. Oh well. Right. Well, that is those bits and pieces. Let's head on down to the Ostrons. I can also get some more standing with them and turn that into yet more relic packs, but to be quite honest, that's only good for pre-farming. When it comes to actual farming, just get the relics is the better answer. Just get the relics. But let's see, what have we got here? Trade gems? No, that's not what I wanted. Although, do I have gems to trade? Thinking about it. Well, that's convenient. Actually, how much do these go for? Yeah, it's just dropping all that as you right. What am I going to need that for? There we go. Now browser wares. I now have 100,000 standing. That actually worked out so much in my favour. I don't know why I had so many gems, but let's get rid of them. Alright then, no bueno. Yay! Yareli Prime Systems Relic. Okay, there we are then. At least I've got one. How do you get Universal Medallion? You get them from Disruption. Let's see, no bueno. Why? It's not a triple ire, it's not a useful relic, and they're out of alignment. This is just psychic damage, the relic pack. Ugh. Pains me. And again, another rares that I'm looking for. Also, whenever I come out of the relic pack screen, the background to the market is gone. What's up with that? What is up with that? You're always happy to see Aya? I'm now on 304. Alright, let's head our way into Fortuna. Doing over with code of PX? Fair do. Alright, mining vendor. First of all, trading gems. Do I have some spares? Not many, actually. But there we go. That still caps it out and gets me to just over 80k, which is enough for 4 packs. So yeah, at the moment there is the proper UI background to this screen. You see that? Proper UI background. Now if I buy these, no bueno. Yareli again. Good. Gonna have good chances now on that. That's the only one to celebrate right now. And now look, the background's gone. I don't remember that ever happening before. D, what did you change that caused that to happen? How? What? I went through all of the patch notes they posted. What did they interact with that broke that? It's happened to you before sometimes. This is happening every single relic pack I'm opening. All of them. Which is a little bit weird. Anyway, well, we're done with this spot. And let's head on over now to the Intrati. Not the Cambion Drift can. The Necrolisk. There we go. Load us in, load us in. Mining vendor, although first I actually want to trade in. Let's see, so it is grandmother. Trade for standing.
You and I have a chinwag.
Just take it all. Oh, actually, no, don't take it all. Hold on, can I get any grandmother tokens out of you first? Yes, I can.
Oh, magnificent.
There we go, that is better. I should probably even check if I can obtain more of those. Let's find out. Let's find out. So, mother, that's only bounties. Arsenal that you use. Father, parts requisition. I probably have a whole bunch of stuff I can just give you. I'm not even going to pay attention to what I'm giving him. Take it. If I need more later, I can farm it. I've got the gear. This is still a very inefficient system of obtaining tokens, but sod it. New Nora's out. We can check the new augments. They were posted in the patch notes as well, so you can look at them there. But yes, that is indeed out. Alright, that's the father tokens. Let's go for the daughter tokens. Exocrine assignments. Take all these bits and pieces. Don't think I'll ever use them again, so you can have them. I'm not even trying to optimize which ones I'm purchasing. I'm just clicking purchase until I can't. Which could buy tokens with a single click. Either a single click or what? Just the whole thank you for your purchase thing. This isn't some market purchase. I'm not spending platinum. Just let me click. I don't need this. Tiny issues. Tiny issues. Alright then, now all the minerals. And when you think how much standing minerals go for in Fortuna, these are just criminal.
Mining is good.
But hey.
You're a good miner, Chip. Keep on mining.
Still going.
Mining is good.
I'm trying to click through it, but I literally cannot click until it starts to fade out the thank you for your purchase thing. It has to be partway through the animation before I'm allowed to go through. There we go. And now over to Sun. I don't think I'm going to have anything for this, but let's find out. Don't tell a lie, I've got a few. Okay.
You'll find out there.
Alright.
Are as fearsome as the demons inside.
This is actually pretty convenient.
Head.
There we go. Alright then, that is all the tokens I'm going to be able to get a hold of right now, because I'm not doing any bounties. That's not why I'm here. Head to Grandmother, exchange the tokens. Oh, look at that. That's a bunch of Grandmother tokens ready to happen.
May you have much joy of it.
There we go. Can't grab these other ones because I physically cannot purchase any more tokens right now. So that'll just have to not happen.
Shall we?
But now with the Grandmother tokens and with the purchase tokens, I can turn all of that lot, almost all of it consumed, into a solid 33k standing there. Actually, if I put in the mother tokens first and then go through the others, there we go. Ooh, I can take out the OTAC ones. There we go. Just a little bit more efficient because mother tokens are more easily farmable. So it's just slightly more efficient on the Sun and OTAC tokens there.
Thank you, dear. Very
What's happening? Exclamation mark goal.
I'll see what else I can unearth for you.
And now with all that standing, let's go to the wares. Grab those relic packs. I can grab 3 of them. Show me the good stuff. That's not good. Nope. Nope. Alright, all that was for nothing. Yay! At least in terms of rares. I'm not looking at the commons and uncommons. I'll pick up enough of that along the way. The rares are the big focus, for obvious reasons. Oh well. Oh well. So that is the relic packs from most locations. Oh, hello. Nightwave is alive. So season rewards including a Parallax Raya skin, an Archititron Raya skin, a Raya Sigma Syandana, Zaku Raya skin, Raya Aurora Ephemera. I'll say Raya again. And then there's some mods. So let's have a look at the mods. Also, we got new cred. Did I spend my cred last season? Oops. I have 180 left over from last season. Oops. Oh well. Yeah. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Does it look like I'm struggling? Look like I'm struggling. So, they've got a new creds out, new bits and pieces. Let's see. Cosmetic. 2 Orokin Catalyst. The image looks like 1, but it's actually 2. That's nice. Skin, creds, skin stuff. Shotgun River mod. The standard couple weapon slots. Cosmetic. Creds. 3 formers. Pain points. On weak point hits with primary fire, plus 60% weak point damage for 5 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. Interesting. I wonder what kind of stacks those are, because we never know by reading the mod. But we'll find out. Hackabo, thank you very much for subscribing for 10 months now of your Prime. Much appreciated. Cheers, Hackabo. Cheers indeed. So yeah, that could be interesting there, but until I get my hands on it, I won't know actually how it works. So we'll just have to see on that. Especially the weak point damage. Is it its own bonus? Is it additive to normal damage mods? Is it additive to headshot bonuses? Unclear at this point in time. The stacks, are they refreshing stacks? Are they independent stacks? Are they decaying stacks? Don't know at this point in time. We'll find out. We've got Triple Arcane Fury. Fair do. I am very glad I got Rage previously. Yo! Expressive Pumpkin. I can understand being absolutely done with ads. I can really understand on that. And now you are done with them. For the 2nd month, in fact. So thank you very much for resubscribing here with your, well, tier 1 subscription. It's not a Prime one. You just straight up paid for that. Cheers. Cheers indeed. What else have we got here? Cosmetic, creds, cosmetic, cosmetic. Veiled Riven Cipher, just the one of them. Warframe slot, again 1. Creds, cosmetic. A cosmetic that we've seen before, a few times actually. Creds, spontaneous singularity for the Simulor. Orbs that strike targets will explode immediately with 90% bonus damage and an 18% chance of singularity that pulls in more targets. Orbs do not bounce or combine. That's very curious. That is very curious. And the first thing I have to think about is 90% bonus damage. Have we ever had a mod that says bonus damage before? I almost want to be absolutely obtuse about this and ask, are we now going to get a Fleshus stat? Skinus damage? Double tap Latron? Oh, fair enough then. Well, it's still stupid. Alright, stance former, cosmetic, the standard Umbra former, and cosmetic. Yup. I will be quite honest, my personal interests are going to be the non-cosmetics, which occupy a much smaller section of this, but that is me personally. I am always Mr. What is a cosmetic? In terms of credit offerings, they rotate around, so if something is not in the shop right now, it may be in the shop later. Right now, oh look, there's the bonus damage on double tap. There we go then. But this isn't bonus projectile speed. It's not bonus zoom. But yeah, it's pretty standard items in here, to be quite honest. Pretty standard items. Including, we've got combat reload for Tigris in here, dizzying rounds of Bronco, precision strike for Tonkor, the usual stuff you can pick up. So as the shop rotates around, more things will become available to you. It's just how it works. Do we know if the Catabalist and Resparthrix are in rotation this time? I don't know myself. Someone else might know, but I don't know, sorry. A Bearded Rogue, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome on into the channel proper and enjoy that lovely blue sub badge next to your name and all the other bits and pieces that comes with there. Cheers. Ladybug saying they have such little space on mod cards, why include the completely useless word bonus? I mean, if there was some keywording behind bonus, Might be, yeah. Not do we, but we do. It's in the patch notes. Ah, good to know. I did glance over the patch notes, I'll be honest. Just trying to find the more key items, so that slipped past me. That slipped past me. Alright then, there is still one other place to go for relics before I check where we're at on those. Obviously, you got to do that last one. It's not this. They don't give me any. It's not this. They don't give me any. It is this weird button. I don't know when Teshin got named Conclave. It's such a weird name. Like, we can just call him Teshin, but yeah, that's the button. That's what the button do be say. Also, I have an inbox message. Why do I have an inbox message? Is that going to be the Nightwave stuff? Oh my word, it's a gift from Tychothroff. Are you going? Well, you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see what that says. What is it? It is 5 relic packs. Okay, let's have a look at these then. Kompressa part. And an Aya. So it's double Acarius. I suppose it is a dual weapon. We have... none of the res we're looking for, but it's fine. Thank you very much, Moon, resubscribing for 26 months at tier 1 there. Much appreciated, Moon. Thank you very much for continued support. Hey, look at that. We've got a Yareli Prime Neuroptics over on this one, so that is good to have. Never mind. Stop. Yep. So we had a couple more of the res that we need picking up there. And again, the UI being a little bit silly. That happens. If we have a look at that IL link now, I'm at 308 now. I think I've gained like 12 IL already today. Massive Chungus. I have just dropped out of the well because I wasn't looking where I was going when I read the name there. Massive Chungus. Thank you very much for subscribing at 5 months. Much appreciated as well from yourself there. Between all the subs just now, we've actually kicked off a hype train. Cheers, y'all. Cheers indeed. Alright. Steel Path Honors. Let's do this. How many more? Also Former. I definitely need Former. I was running low on those. Totes. Right, let's see. How many relics can I get? I can get 75 relics here. 25 of which will be Neo, Axie, or Aya. Let's see. Let's see what we have got on this today. Well, that's a great start, isn't it? God damn it. Hello there, Ackerboy. Welcome on in briefly. Compress a piece. You ready near optics? Nope, I'm mostly looking at the reds. Daikyu, there we go. Need more of that, that's good. You ready near optics again? That is good. Daikyu again. Kompressa Prime Barrel. I think that might be the first one of those I've seen so far today.
Daikyu Prime E.
The bot did not want to commit to the full E there, did it, Fly? Thank you very much for the 100 bits, and Caljade as well. Thank you for the 100 bits. Both of you joining in on the hype train at the same time there. Much appreciated. And we got another Yareli Prime Neuroptics relic as well. Very, very good. Nothing too crazy there. Kompressa barrels. Now, I think there's at least 2 of those. Having Ganders. Sod off. Sod off. Sod off. There we go. It's sodded off. We're good. Didn't have 4 in a row. Just the 3. Damn it. Double damn it. You're ready, piece though. Come on. Show me the good stuff. Snap. Wait, no, not Snap. That's 2 different Nautilus pieces. Never mind. Threw me off there. Oh, it's horrible to look at. It is horrible to look at. How does this keep happening? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Alright, let's throw that away. I did not realize you spent that many bits here. Yeah, you've hit yourself a 1k bit badge. Would you look at that? Well, you can slap that on alongside the rest of your little icons there if you want to. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the support. Gottlieb saying, the new permanent credit additions to the Nightwave, Saturn 6 chest plate, Saturn 6 knee plates. Okay, so Saturn 6 stuff. Helmet for Temple, a Noggle, a color palette, a glyph, more glyphs, and then the Catabolist and Sparthrix mods, which are not here just yet. Alright, cool. Let's pop on out of here. That is all the relics that I can get from relic packs, including a generous contribution of 25 relics there from Tychotrophy. So let's have a look now, whilst Trade Chat apparently has taken over my screen. Go away. If I search up Yareli now, oh, that is a lovely compliment. We've got plenty of the lists, and then I've got a couple of these two as well to get kickstarted with. That is good. Kompressa. We have indeed got a selection of them here. The rare one is the one that's dodging me the most, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it'll be fine. And in the Daikyu, the worst is only 4, but it's 4 of each of these, and that one is the rare, but it's still plenty manageable. Overall, I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling about this. So, with all that in mind then, Yareli is the starting point. Let's start at the beginning. And let's start with... Let's just start with the biggest hurdle of all to cross, shall we? The Axii Y1 relic, which is where we get Yareli Prime Systems Blueprint. Might as well start on hard mode. Might as well. Let's slap in some upgrades on that, because that's going to be absolutely necessary. There we go. Alright then, if you would like to join me on this, join in the chat for the info on how to, but otherwise just send me a message in game to the Kengineer. I'll bring you on into the squad. You must have an Axii Y1 Relic Radiant. We are doing a rad share. We are going to get these Yareli sets. Even if you already have one, you can join in and then just, you know, I suppose sell the extras. Streamer luck, praying for it. Absolutely. I've got plenty of relics, so shouldn't have to learn too much luck, but yes. Meanwhile, as well, Tychotrophy. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to community. That's going out to Xdarian213, to Palpingdon, to Raposio, to Black Lion 7, and to Arch Nemesis. Tychon, thank you very much there. Much, much, much appreciated. Absolutely. Oh. Cheers on that. So yeah, this is set to invite only. You can only join if I do invite you. Just send me a message in game. If you don't know how to do that, again, !join in the Twitch chat, and you just copy and paste the message as explained by the bot there. It's really, really easy to do. Unless you're on console and just kind of navigating bit by bit around it, in which case, good luck. Good luck. Raptor, come on into the squad. And we have a Regnak, come on into the squad as well. And we have Moon requesting some instrumental rock in the background. We can absolutely do that. Let me get that set up for you. Let's see. Instrumental rock. Start. There we are. Very interesting instrument. Odd thing there, but it makes sense. And Miss Rosie Dover coming in as well. There we are. That gives us a squad of peeps all looking to make good on getting that Yareli ASAP. You got 4 of them? Well, that's more than I've got. Let's see what we can do in terms of fishers. We have an alchemy fisher. Well, there we are. That's settled. That's all we need. What more could we ask for when there is a ready-to-run fisher right there? Although I will swap this out for something a little bit more precision. There we go. That should do the trick. That should do the trick right there. Make sure everyone's getting the right stuff. Y1 Radiant, Y1 Radiant, Y1 Radiant. It is beautiful. Rosie's only got the one of these. Well, fingers crossed we get this first time then, eh? In fact, fingers crossed we might even manage to go 4 for 4 on first times. It happens to plenty of people every single new Prime. And we've had it happen here on this channel as well. I think it was Harrow Prime that happened with. Let's go.
Papa knew that the path to understanding this universe lay in mastering the elemental forces. So, Papa invented the crucibles, alchemic devices for combining the simple elemental forces into complex forces.
Oh, already got my Harrow chassis. There we are. Streamer luck absolutely doing its best. I barely started the mission, already got that legendary Harrow chassis. And then the Stella comes along. But mostly it's about the Harashasi, of course.
You must feed it the correct amphols. Capsules of elemental
The elusive Harashasi? Absolutely. Harashasi every time.
Volatile enough to be used as a grenade, should the need present itself. The problem, our adversaries have taken Papa's amphols.
I do actually wonder, I know there's no way to know this number ever, it's just not possible to be known, but I do genuinely wonder how many people remember the correct order of non-modded elements simply because of Harashasi every time. I'm seriously curious. And then second, how many people are aware of it because of Harashasi every time, but not because of me directly. Like if they've learned it from someone else that way.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Other curiosity, how deep does it go? How far removed from my lesson has someone learned it? As in, their friend told them it, but their friend learned it from another friend, who learned it from another friend, who learned it from another friend. How deep does it go? I do wonder. Let's grab that toxin, chuck it in. Needing some more still. Also, I'm picking up plenty of Stella. We're at 9. That's good. So there are Harrow mods? Yeah, so Harrow chassis every time is how you remember in what order elements combine if they're from non-modded sources. So if you've got innate heat on a weapon, if you've got progenitor electric, if you've got toxin that's otherwise infusing into it. And it used to apply to other abilities as well, so like with Valence Formation or with Thermal Sunder, those used to matter as well, but now they're non-combining. Yeah, Harrow chassis every time. Heat, cold, electric, toxin. That's how to remember it.
Air pressure calibration changing. Release valve pressure now.
Yeah, working on it. Hey, fish. It just seemed like one of those things that was silly enough and yet at the same time memorable enough that every Warframe player could resonate with it. It's not some obscure thing. It's not some truly out of the way idea.
It's perfect.
Everyone experiences relic fishes and everyone ends up getting a Harrow chassis every time.
One step closer to completion. Huzzah!
Alright, we are basically done here because one person only had one relic. So whether we get what we're looking for or not, we do need to be leaving. Darn. Didn't think I'd be unhappy to see Lavos Prime, but there we are. Oof. Just oof. Alright, we'll have to dip out. And we'll be able to recruit anyone who does not... anyone else who does have that relic. Looks like we're not going 4 for 4 on this one. Not going 4 for 4.
The crucible creates blast force. Gather heat and cold amphols.
Let's see, our way out is over this way. Hi Mania, you on me? Oh no, you're up there. Now, don't make yourself invulnerable. Wait, what? Well, that was a neat trick. Alright. Guess I'm not shooting Mania. How? What? Why? There we go. If you get them up, I'll stand out of here so we don't accidentally extract and they can actually still pick up the item reward. Is that everyone up? That's everyone up. Alright, cool.
What you have learned here will serve you well.
Did I learn Harrow Chassis every time by reading it, or did I come up with it? I came up with it. I invented the Harrow Chassis every time saying. I made that. Not the whole ha 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 the joke, but the whole Harrow Chassis every time specifically as a mnemonics remember H set. That was me. Come on, it's got my signature goofiness on it. Just a little bit too silly for the seriousness of it. Alright, so we are down to just Raptor and myself here, who I believe Raptor said they have 4 of the relic. Yep, indeed. So, let's give that one another run through with 2 more spaces open for anyone else who has the Axie Y1 relic. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer, and I'll bring you on into this squad. I'll just close off the tabs of those who have left us now. You open 14 relic packs, got 1 Yareli near optics. A little unfortunate, yeah. A little unfortunate. We have got the space open for anyone who wishes to join in. Whether you picked up the Axie Y1 from doing Apollo on Lua, or otherwise if you got it from relic packs. Raptor asking, will we go to Apollo if we don't get it this time, or move on to next relic? Next relic. I can farm up the missing relics once I know exactly which ones I need to farm, basically. So we're using what I've got at the moment to farm what I can get, and take it from there. Yes, because this isn't actually rare, it is strictly a rad share. If we do it any other way, it's just putting people at a disadvantage whilst letting others leech off of it. So it does need to be an Axie Y1. But I'm sure there's got to be some people here who've got that. Can't be just Raptor and me. Otherwise, I'm probably going to have to open this up to recruitment chat. There's going to be a lot of people looking to rad share this as well, I'm sure. Yeah, there's plenty of people looking to share relics at the moment. So, even outside of the stream, you can definitely pick up groups in the short term this way as well. What relic we're doing? Axie Y1. Axie Y1. If I say 4 for 4 on Daiki Prime, oh, that's interesting. It's a 5-part item, but good luck. You got 0 Axie from all 3 of the, from all 29 packs. Oof. 29 packs, no Axie? That is rough. Radshare? So Radshare is everyone's got the same relic set to Radiant. So we are sharing the burden of bringing Radiance. Got 1 Rad Y1? Yep, come on in. So long as it is Axie Y1. Axie. If it's Lith, we're doing that later. What I'm looking for here is if someone says looking for Axie Y1 Rad. Oh, never mind. Axie, yep. Looking for Axie Y1 Rad. Invite. Let's see if they join or if they decline. Declined. Okay, so someone else picked him up already. Goddamn. Unfortunate. Looking for Y1 Radiant. There we go. Invite. Let's make sure we actually pick them up. There we go. Alright then. It's Axie, so I do expect it's going to be a little bit more difficult for everyone to grab it. Where is the Alchemy node? Omnia Fisher. Y1. And launch it. Oh, for goodness sake, who left the squad? What? Why? Alright, you know what? Might be because we're in this Sanctum. It causes some people to load weirdly, so I'm going to dip out, re-invite everyone. It shouldn't be a problem, but... Yeah, dude did leave. Why would someone say they're looking to join it and then just... Whatever. Whatever. Looking for Axie... Yep, that's the one. Invite. We'll try again. That doesn't usually... What is going on? Oh, Raptor must have left the Sanctum. Raptor! Raptor, you don't accept an invite and then leave. If you leave the relay, which includes the Sanctum, you leave the squad. There we go. Alright then. Let's see. Let's do the exterminate over here, because then we don't go back to the relay. Search box plus. There we go. Set to start. Yeah. I think some people do that because they're too awkward to say they made a mistake. I think in this case it is a case of just they tried loading into Sanctum and it broke the squad for them. It's an unfortunate side effect of loading into an alchemy mission. You exit to the relay, as it were.
I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Alright, well, I am no longer host, despite being the one that formed the squad twice over. The game has decided that someone else should be the host. Specifically, Nick here. I still don't know why Waframe feels the need to do that. It can do any number of things and decides to just steal the host from a pre-made squad. What is happening in the game code to make that happen, I wonder? Nothing sensible, I guess. They fixed the exit to relay bug today? They did. That's a very specific thing to note. Which bug in particular do you think they fixed and how? Nope. Yeah. Power up. Bullets out. I can tell I'm not using Worm Prime at the moment. My fire rate is just that much slower. Didn't mean to jump that high. Oh, there's a synthesis target somewhere. Oh, there's 200 meters away. Who's going that far off the beaten path during a relic fissure? What? That Raptor. Well. Thank you very much for joining us, Raptor. Hope you had a good run. Yep, that is selfish and obnoxious, I'll be quite honest. We are very clearly here for one objective. No big deal? Yeah, it's no big deal. They didn't have to do it. And we still don't get what we're looking for. If it happens to pop up along the path, sure. If you end up 200 meters out of the direction where everyone's at, you've gone the wrong way. Alright then. Well, that is both of my axes burnt. Rip.
One must make the best of things.
Burry, I'm not taking it personally. I am using the words as they have a literal definition. That's how they work. Also, I've ended up back in the relay. We just did a... What? I just did a Grenier mission. How did I end up in Sanctum Anatomica? Right, okay. That's fine. Kind of deserves killing a synthesis target, except it's 200 meters out of the way, so it's not even worth that. It was very weird. It was rather weird, wasn't it? Hang on. So Nick was with us originally, whilst I was in the Sanctum, re-invited everyone, and then it went to Nick. So was Nick still in Sanctum Anatomica, and then somehow stole host and forced us back there? I think that's possibly it. Never mind. Okay, whatever. Game do be weird. Right then, I'm out of the Axie of the Yareli, so let's move over to doing the Lith. We've got a nice fast one here. Lith Exterminate. So if you have the Lith Y1, specifically Lith Y1 Radiant, we'll be going into this one here. I'm going to close off all the old messages. It's first come, first serve. Lith Y1, come on in. Alien Desolation, join the squad. I mean, if you want to. Raiding them real quick, yeah, that's fine. Just join the squad, because, well, you don't have to raid them anyway. We're looking for players to bring Lith Y1. This is another one of the Yareli rare parts, so it is very important. Well, there it is there. It's a little bit easy to get. Got a Y1 if you want more hosty and fun. Just come on in. It's fine. Okay, that's Raptor letting me know that they are making room for someone else. Fair enough. So, we still have room for someone else. Alright, let's see if we can grab someone here. Looking for a Lith Y1 rad. I'd send a message, but that would make a lot of noise. Because a lot of people would reply back wanting it. Looking for Lith Y1, there we go. It's just a little bit easier to send the message. Sorry, look for the message here for me. Okay, they received it 5 times over. Thanks, Waframe. What even? Okay, Y1. Radiant it. And in we go. And again, I'll just make sure everyone brings the right thing. Y1, Y1, Y1. Good. Always triple check. Even if you're certain everyone should bring the right thing, always triple check. Because it's very easy to misclick. Occasionally some people will also be malicious about it, but mostly it's the misclick thing you're checking for.
Enemies have grown fierce.
Anyone can do it.
All that you have learned.
Cano, I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Just FYI, Nick, if you're typing in-game chat there, the random who's joined us has no idea you are speaking to me. But I usually recommend just using Twitch chat. Just in general, it's all chat in one spot, but also, you know, that runner's going to have no idea.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Come on, you. Oh, I can feel the fire rate difference when I don't have my reinforced bond companion. I equipped my Huim because it just has resourceful bond on it for the extra void traces, but I'm starting to think that that DPS loss is just a little bit too painful. That's enough to kill. Let's get out.
Now get to extraction.
And on location. Easy mode. Not to worry, Rain Brothers. It happens. As does the Yareli Primary Optics first try. There we go. GG's on that. Why am I hearing the sound of tires squealing? That is weird. I was processing for a moment what I was hearing. Is the steel path? Yeah, it was, yeah. That's why I could feel the difference in not having my reinforced bond equipped. Alright. Let's drop that squad. That one's been done. You know what? I don't need the void traces that badly that I need who it. There we go. Can I explain why particle velocity is so valuable? Often see it in different builds. Sure, absolutely. So let me give you a comparison by using, I think, Loki. Was it Loki I put them all onto? There's just a little bit. Okay. So watch this. You see this? You see this movement around here? Look how we got that speed there. It feels nice and fluid. And now I'm going to switch to a frame that does not have that. Let's just grab Equinox here. I think is not modded for it. Yeah. And you can feel the slowdown. Look at the difference there. It's a struggle to get from one side to the other properly. And then I switch back to Loki, who I have set up for particle velocity. And we're bounding around the place. It's almost a struggle to stay in the one room. That's the value of particle velocity. The faster you go, the faster you can get to your objectives, the faster you can complete missions. Particle velocity is amazing for speed purposes. Just amazing. Yeah, I have a particle velocity arcane on levels here, so when I take any amount of damage, I'm pretty much just about to go yeet. It's very nice. Alright then, next is going to be the other Yareli Lith Relic, which I should probably triple check what that one actually is. That is a Lith Z4, which is only a common, so it should be very easy to get. So let's do the same thing again. Let's close off all of these tabs here. First come, first serve. If you have a Lith Z4, not upgraded whatsoever, just normal Lith Z4, I'll bring you into the squad. Gundal, come on in. Raptor, got Alien Desolation. There we go. And let's drop ourselves into that same fissure. Boop. Also, come down. I don't believe I got the opportunity given the timing of it, but I can say it now. You're very welcome on all the math being done in Warframe. Thank you very much for your purchase of a practical snack mug. So that is going to be, not this particular one, because this has the snack on both sides. You've gone for the one with the message on the other side. Let's solve a practical problem. So thank you, Kuntal. Alright, let's get cracking. Not a pun.
Trust in your training.
The hunt is on, Tenno. The synthesis scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it.
Come on. Alright, I landed like one headshot there. That was pretty pathetic.
Watch out.
Not gonna lie.
I'm detecting void fissures nearby. You have a matching relic.
Where is the
You're near
thing
a
that's
fissure.
disrupting my bloody
They're dropping
UI?
reactant. Use it to
I don't
crack
see
open
it.
a relic.
There it
The
is.
reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Ooh, range boost on Lavos. Thank you.
Enough reactant to
Oh, wrong direction. Oh well. So this is what a range boosted Lavos can do. All that dash in one. Amp up the damage a bit.
What have you done? Synthesis only works on
Help.
the living.
Something got obliterated.
Your
That's
murderous
unfortunate.
impulses for the good of Sanctuary?
Sucks to be them. Let's just immolate everything. Get some panicking, and throws up damage numbers where they're all dying. I see you there. Got him. Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. Got stuck on the barrel. Oh well. Door is locked. Where is button? Why is there no button next to door? D plus. How far? There it is. Okay, whatever, Titania. I nearly beat you to it.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Yup, on the way. Everyone's got reactants, so that is all good. And out we go. Just shoot at Titania. It makes sense, you know. Yareli Prime Chassis! We got two of them. But we can only take one. I'm not going to stop firing now, am I? God damn it. There we go.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win.
2 rares on Yareli? Unfortunately so, yes. But the good news is, we already have one of them. The bad news is, the one we failed to get was the Axie. Oh well. Alright then. We are wrapped up there. Raptor has 2 of the Neos. Excellent. Well, let's see what else have we got in terms of that as well. As these Neos are uncommons, I would like to see these radianted. Give us the best chance possible. So, Neo A14 Radiant. If you're in squad and you have it, keep it equipped. Or stay in squad and be ready to equip it. If you don't have it, peace out. I think everyone was an invite on this one. Yep. Let's see. Don't really want to do either of those. Do we have a quicker one over here? Neo, 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 Neo. Ah, perfect. Alright. We should be all good to go. Even out the trace is an unspoken rule? It is, yeah. Just, there's no reason not to. If you can, you do so. There we go, A14, 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 excellent, everyone's good to go. Not everyone does it? Yeah, not everyone does it, but then, you know, not everyone uses their turn signal in a car. It shouldn't be remarkable for doing the right thing there, it's just, yeah. You just do what you do.
We received intel.
Alright, let's go make some noise.
Find them and capture them. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching?
Come on, get obliterated.
You're near a fissure. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
Yeah, I don't know how they would detect us. We're kind of blowing up everything before it can begin detecting.
The enemies will drop it. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
There we are.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. The capture target has
Fair enough,
vital
Rain. Fair enough.
information that we will need to
Won't
extract.
argue on it.
We need our subject brought back.
Hey,
alive.
Harashasi.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here.
I'm never actually happy to receive the Harashasi. It's just a silly little notable thing at this point.
Relic has opened.
Got another? Alright. What lubricant do you use on Levels' boots to make him slide so well? He's actually got Heelys. That's how it works out so well. Heelys do the trick. I got double nullified. Ew. This is supposed to be a low-level mission. I know Nezha is Heelys, but so does Lavos. They just don't look like them because until he's doing his Vile Rush, they don't need to be Heelys. Then he transmutes them. It's simple magic, really. I don't need the formal blueprint. Why am I picking up the formal blueprint?
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Well, I picked up 3 chassis and none of them are the thing I'm looking for. Waframe! Okay, because it's double formal blueprint? I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, I'm really not going to burn through my formers anytime soon. I am good, thanks. Alright, let's try that again. So it was the A14. This is my last one of these as well. I would rather not get stumped on both of the higher tier relics. That is a little bit painful. A14, yep. Okay. Yeah, RNG will be like that sometimes, Malicidos. You just gotta keep rolling with it. A rad share has a, I think it's like a 36% chance of getting the item you're looking for. Which, you know, that's not the best. I got cold procced as Lavos. Ew. Ew. Alright, oh, hello, you lot up there. Wha! Got him. Grab that reactant and zip ahead. Oh, you were going for an intact, not a rare. Sorry, my bad. An in share, well, it's like, I want to say it's just over 25% chance per relic. So it's about 3 and 4 of not getting it, which means across a full squad, that's going to be 81 in a... 15... Hold on, 32, 64... 256 chance of not getting it, so it's about 2/3 odd per run you'll get it. Yeah, it's about 2/3 odd per run on an in-share. Which means we multiply that up. Oh wow, okay. Double rares are not what we're looking for. That's poop. That is poop. You're really gonna go for the formal blueprints here? Alright, fair enough.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Yo!
Hi. Happy Yareli Prime and not going mad in arbitrations day.
Yes, indeed. Zelian, thank you very much for resubscribing there at 5 months. And you're very right about the arbitrations. There are many rewards you can now pick up from the arbitrations honor shop, rather than having to hope for them as drops or buy them from players. So you're very right. Cheers, Zelian. Well, rip on the barrel. And yes, it is worth less than the Yareli part at the moment. That's just how new items go in terms of values. Poop. Okay. Alright, so this is not how this usually goes on this channel. This is not how this usually goes. I've opened up 2 rad shares of the Neo, 2 rad shares of the Axie, and neither of them have dropped. That is... Ugh. That is not good. Alright then, well, I could farm up the other ones, you know, crack those relics first, or I could just get a hold of these relics. Quite frankly, I want to get a hold of these relics. And I'm going to start with the rare because, well, that's just how luck goes. Yareli Axie Y1 relic.
Feels bad, Kingy frown.
Does feel bad, doesn't it, Tycoon? Thank you very much for the 100 bits. So for those of you in squad, if you wish to stick around for an Apollo run, stay in the squad. If you don't want to do an Apollo run, please dip out. That's what we're going to be doing. Preferably, I would like to go into a full squad, because then we all get the relic at the same time, and all of us can then pop out and do the same run. It's just easier that way. Oh, there's an incursion. We're going to want the multi-run, because if we don't get it first time, we'll just be there longer, so screw the incursion. You can do that on your own time. Void traces? Yeah, I'm plenty on those. Flo, thank you very much for the bits. You got your IQ built? Nice. Yep, absolutely no one's got a relic equipped. Good. I'd be very concerned if you did. Wait, what you do in that relic? As we load into this, I also have some good news for y'all in terms of videos. I've got the next video finished, ready for the channel. That'll be live tomorrow. It does need the captions adding to it still, and that is going to take me a while because this is a 30-minute video. So that is going to take me a while to add all those captions to it, especially as it's not a 30-minute scripted video, it's a 30-minute Dan video. Best spot to farm Mesa relics? You've got a couple different spots. You could either farm up Disruption on Mars, and by doing all the conduits from round 3 and above, you will always get Mesa relics. Or you can go to Ukko in the Void, run the capture mission there, and half the time you'll get a Mesa relic. Roughly. But yeah, it's going to be the Dan finale out tomorrow. Dan finale. And to go with it, I will also be uploading a blooper to Patreon for those of you who are signed up for the behind the scenes content there. Because there's no meet the math with Dan, there's no builds, technically speaking. There are his builds, but they're not exactly builds to aspire towards. So instead, I will be uploading a blooper specifically for Patreon as well. But yeah. Daiki Prime got a quick shot. Fair enough, I've not looked at the stats yet, I just want to farm them. Feels like Dan was hustling as a freshly minted baby tenor just yesterday. Yeah, but we are on to episode 15, you know? Like, that's a pretty sizable series. There are entire TV series that have fewer episodes than Dan. Come to think of it, actually, one that pops to mind. How many episodes of Faulty Towers are there? Can someone just double check real quick for me? No, I should probably be defending this conduit. That works. 9 or so, when I say 12s. Yeah, slightly different tower there, tower. Slightly different tower. Actually, quite different.
Demo unit's on its way.
Can any of you give me a headshot? There we go. More? Yeah, good enough. Where's that demolisher going to come in? They're actually all the way over this way, so yikers. There's 12 episodes. So there's 12 episodes of Faulty Towers. And we're going to have 15 episodes of Dam. Well, there you go. So, it is about time. It is about time. In making the Dam videos, I've learned plenty, both about the new player experience and about making that kind of series, to be honest. The game has changed significantly during the making of the series as well. D have changed the access to arbitrations multiple times over.
Can't do anything about that last interference routine.
So
You
yeah.
just have to wear it. Maybe I can catch the next one.
Just skip past all these lot. Okay, did not mean to dash past that, but it's fine. Where's my one coming in from? The other one's been killed. Marker over that way. Have they got it over there? See marker again, it's going to be this way. And it's down. Alright then. You say the new Duvary paradox is bugged? Oh dear. Well, that's a problem for people doing that. I mean, if there's anywhere that's going to be bugged, I suppose that one does make sense, but you know. Slap this in, robotic onslaught. Where are the robots? One's like all the way over there. Whee! And it's down. Electrified conduit has been activated. Let's make our way over, see if I can help with the clear on this one. It's coming from this corridor. There's our guy. And he's down as well. But it's still not the relic we need. Oh well. Forces of violence over there. Probably help with that. Where's it at? Let me at him. I'm not sure if I was actually shooting at violence there, because I saw the marker and I shot at the first humanoid thing that was by the marker, but that might have been an ally. Daikyu Prime is plus 250% crit chance on weak spot hits? Wow. That is pretty significant, yeah. Probably worth looking into how all that works. Let's grab this key. And pop it in right here. Looking for the symbols. This way. Never found as to how almost everything flashes when I'm just trying to look for which key. Sorry, which direction is the demolisher coming from? There we are. Another key. Nope, never mind. That one's been taken. You're going to level the Daikyu to 30, never use it? Fair enough, Alsu. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. I'm assuming... Yep, they've got that. Cool. I will just handle more over here. There is my key. Give me my key. Thank you very much. Oh, there's the PSA. Where's it coming from? Moonquakes. Oh. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Get out of my way. Fucking floating. And he's down. We get... Nope, wrong relic. Wrong relic.
No, man. Care for another kick at a conduit?
Oh well. Yeah, this is a little bit of a demo as to the effectiveness of parkour velocity, isn't it? Just shooting around the map. And 13's for Kompressa? Hey, good to know at least. It's not a completely pointless relic to us here. But yeah, we are in that awkward stage of farming now where it's just a case of get one relic, try it, hope. Get one relic, try it, hope. Yeah. How's Kompressa Prime? Don't know, haven't got it yet. It's just come out and I do not get instant access to it and I'm not buying the Prime Access Pack. Because, quite honest, if I bought every Prime Access Pack just to try and get it quicker, I'd have no content and no money. So, gonna have to wait on that, my dude. Gonna have to wait. You rush your foundry for IQ? Yeah, rushing is one thing. But, buying the pack outright?
Keep it clear of that conduit.
That's not on the cards for me. Now, I'm not seeing a marker yet. Where's this coming from? They're moving back in this way, so I'm going to guess that way. I feel like I have basically no damage stacks on this. What is going on? Do I... Might want to switch weapon while I'm bringing for this. Oh yeah, I've got this set up as a scoped build. It's great for headshots. If I can keep them going. Yeah, this is not the best build for this, my bad. Plug that one in. Already got the marker. Everyone's going to descend on it. Hi! And it's down. Wrong relic. No sign of torment here. They must be all the way over with Alien. Yep, there it is. There we go. How's the farm going? We're getting there. We're missing a couple important bits for Yareli after the Prime Pack. Sorry, the Relic Packs, which is a little bit painful. But it's fine. No, don't want to summon those things. They are annoying. Key. Never mind. That is all the way over this way. Let's see if I can help Raptor out here. Raptor's going down that direction, and that's because that's where it is. And it's down. Enemy speed boost, that's on this one. Gonna find it likely it's coming from here. Yes, it is. Don't get stuck on the doors. Where's the head on this one? There it is. Yeah, I have not brought the right loadout for this, unfortunately. I'm mobile, but not the best gun. What's a good gun for demolishers anyway? I would say usually one which has multiplicative galvanized aptitude. And then otherwise just the best output you can get out of it with crits. That by and large seems to be the way to go about it. This, as much as some of it is... Oh! We got the right relic! I don't think I have Galvanized Aptitude equipped in the first place, and part of that is because a lot of the damage is on the AoE, and just how it interacts with Incarn and stuff in general.
Wakey, wakey.
So yeah.
Here we go.
The Code of Bass Assist is actually quite effective, or Base Assist, sorry. It's quite effective for it.
Check, check, ejecting.
Alright then. That run... Oh, good. Did I just see someone's pet commit suicide? Almost.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
Alright then. Took us 14 minutes. That is within reasonable expectations. Let's see if we get lucky cracking it open. That you can, Aratel. That you can, yes. Alright, let's see. For an Axie cracking, what have we got available to us? Not a huge fan of most of that lot, I'll be honest with you. Oh wait, no, there's an exterminate. Let's do that. There we go. Yareli, upgradey, maximady. Y1 Radiant, ready to go. Very good. Very good. Splendid. Let's do this. Let's burn through this fissure as quickly as we can and cross our fingers for the drop.
Your weapons make music, and the enemy calls for a song.
I've just noticed I'm also not the host, Raptor is. Not sure when or how that happened, but okay.
You're near a fissure. Use that reactant to
C'est la vie.
Don't forget the reactant.
I always wonder if that affects my performance in any way, because there are a litany of host-client bugs. There's no way for me to keep track of as to which ones exist.
That's it.
So, who knows? Who honestly knows at this point? For all I know, the critical bonuses might not be working on headshot because Klein says no, or I'm missing some Incarnate perks. Unfortunately, things like that are a little bit too common in Warframe. I don't know the cause. I'm not going to speak as to difficulty of avoiding it happening, but the commonality, it's there. Everyone? Nope, there. Now there's everyone. Burn them all down. Couple more. One more. Apparently another one more. There we go. That one counted.
Now get to extraction.
Hotfix. Given there's a bug with a quest, I wouldn't be surprised if the hotfix is for that. Yep, it's red text time. Grab your red text emotes if you got them. Yes! There we go. Just in time for the hotfix. Alright then. That means after the update drops, we'll be able to grab the Neo and be absolutely sorted for Yareli. It only took us 3 tries, which, yeah, that's within normal odds, so I'm happy with that.
They fought well. Good
No more Apollo?
man's
No more
fought.
Apollo. Instead, we'd probably be better off going over to her on Uranus next. That's it. Only 7 traces? Scam. Come on. First one for you? Hey, well, you know, someone's got to be a winner. GG squad. Alright then. Those patch notes are probably not going to be live yet. They usually go live after the hotfix drops, not before. We'll be able to see on that very shortly. Also see, yeah, people can't complete Duvry Paradox at all at the moment. There do. Rather unfortunate. Let's have a look then. If I go update notes, get that ready. Yeah, it's not loaded yet. So I'm just going to keep refreshing. Actually, yeah, I'm still too early. Never mind. Any word on blue text? That happens in the Negaverse, whereupon Ballas decided to actually be wholesome, and it was the Lotus that waged war, and the Tenor are evil. Which would, by the way, make for a very interesting D&D campaign. Take it from the perspective of the Orokin, where the Sentients were actually just straight up bad. They didn't have the motive of, oh, we need to stop the Orokin. No, they're just bad. So yeah, you end up with the Orokin Empire, who found a way of continuity that did not involve body snatching, are benevolent, and the Warframes and Tenno that turned on them was because they were lied to by the Lotus, who was the double agent all the way. Imagine that for a setup. If Ballas turned out to be good in one universe, this Moon ended up being the villain I'll do it myself style. Why would you want to be the villain? Just because Ballas is good? That's a weird aspiration. Yeah, so the Steam keybinds are gutted. I think it was Steam Deck, and this was apparently intentional. Let me see if I can find the detail here. It's not that section, not that section, not that section. Was it over on this list of things? I have a lot of different feeds where a lot of different details come through on. Did that one. Nope. Here it is. Support for Steam input action sets has been retired on PC and Steam Deck to improve stability and avoid config conflicts. Warframe will now use the default controller config only. There it is. So yeah, apparently that is intentional. Go figure. After hotfix running yes indeed. Uranus after the hotfix has come through. Whilst I wait for the hotfix to deploy, I believe I can pick up another couple relic packs. Who knows? Maybe I don't need to go there. Oh, never mind. I will do that when I log back in. Right now I am currently waiting permission. Yeah, they're still deploying. So, we'll give it just a moment, won't we? We'll give it just a moment. So, Moon, you say you would still want to kill Ballas in another universe, even if that Ballas was a good Ballas, because you hate Ballas so much that you would murder an innocent other person that just happens to look and sound like Ballas. That's what you're saying. Your rage is so bright that it blinds you of the immoral action you are championing. Would you like to be held accountable for the evil actions of your other half in a different universe? Also asking, how do you even fix Ballas? He wouldn't be Ballas, his name, even his name is offensive. See, in that other universe, the Orokin is so wholesome that the idea of using any kind of expletive like that just doesn't occur to them. He's just, you know, really hip. He's ball as all. Yeah. That's terrible. Oh dear, the hotfix has come through. Excellent. Let me just have a look at the notes here. Fix a script error in Hell Script missions, causing the timer stopping. Oh dear. Fix Base's regulators becoming a secondary weapons if Peacemaker was active during a host migration. Ha! You could just use your pistol as regulator. Okay. Fix Base be unable to cast her second and third abilities if she is down during Peacemaker and self-revives using Last Gasp. Fix Spectre spawning by the redemptive chance Hex Factor override, not persisting for the full duration. Fix Grimoire being incorrectly holstered or invisible for Yareli after swapping to and from it whilst on Merlina. Fixed assigned honor offset issue on the Velomeer Gemini skin. Fixed a minor offset issues on Daikyu Prime. Fixed laser traps in dojo obstacle courses being invisible. I mean, that's what they should be, but I get why they shouldn't be invisible. Fix the friends menu, sometimes not working after joining a friends mission. Fix the script error caused by Grendel's Nourish. He ate the script. Fixed a very rare crash for players who enabled Epic Games account binding, which has been recently enabled. Those are all the details there. It doesn't sound like they have something for Duviri Paradox there, which is a little unfortunate. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, well, let's switch to our intermission screen. I need to sign out and sign in, grab the hotfix now that it's been fully deployed. Let's grab that little bit of data right there. Come on. Come on, Warframe. Realize you've closed. There we go. Count of 3. And now I should be good to open it. There we go. Giving it just a moment on that one. You get me up and close for a bit. Just while that goes through. Should probably stop hitting that plate. Yo! PNX Vector. Or Vector if you prefer. Welcome on in to the channel with that raid of 62 coming from your stream. Hope you found yourself a good one. Grabbed everything you're looking to grab, I hope. We are just loading up the hotfix that has been deployed. So sit back, relax, and we are on our way to getting hold of Yareli Prime. Here we go. Just sign in by typing the things I need to type. There we are. Alright then, and let's switch us back over to the Warframe screen. Oh no, it's black screen. Ah! It's fine. It just takes a moment to load, that's all. Alright then. We are good. Wow, that leaderboard really does not work, does it? Oh well, that's fine. We don't actually use the points side of thing on that. I don't know why I still have the option active for the bot, it doesn't work. Alien Desolation wasting absolutely no time on joining in on the run, absolutely. But first I want to see what those relic packs have for me. Maybe I can skip past this. Maybe. That one's a no. Let's try again. I said maybe. No. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. Alright then. Alien Desolation, come on into the squad. Raptor of the Mark II variety, come on into the squad. We have one more space available for anyone else who'd like to join us on a Uranus run. Alright, Vector, you have yourself a good, and I'm sure well-deserved rest. Thank you very much for the raid once again. You have yourself a good one there, and thank you very much, was Ladybug for sorting out the shout-out effects there as well. Much appreciated. So we got space for one more person to join us on the run of Disruption. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer, and I'll bring you on into the squad. First come, first serve on that. And there it is. There it is. We've got Will Rush. There we go. Very sorry, Tyken. A little too slow on the draw there. We have our squad now. Let's mix this up and switch to the Bass Assist. There we are. Make sure it is a reasonable setup. I'm sure it is, but I want to double check. Yep, those are indeed mods. That sounds good enough to me. Alright then. Merciless or Deadhead? I'm thinking Deadhead might be the way here. Given that it is a... what do you call it? A disruption mission. Although, the Infested are a little bit annoying to headshot. No, actually I'm going to switch back to Merciless. And just be mindful of the timer. And Primed Cleanse... shit, do I not have that one? There it is. Alright then, let's just... beautiful. I've dipped below 600,000 endo. The end time is here. Good question, Rain. And don't worry, you don't need to hedge it in curiosity's sake. If you need to go, that's absolutely fine. So the way the raffle works is that I will send a Twitch DM to the winner here on Twitch. They'll have 24 hours to respond. In that Twitch DM, not only is there the simple information, but also if you can read it but for some reason can't send a message, I know Twitch can be weird about some of these things, 2FA or whatnot, it also includes instructions as to how you can send a confirmation code to me otherwise to claim the prize. So all I need is the person to respond within 24 hours with their Warframe username, their platform, and if they have cross-save turned on or not. As long as you do that, it's claimed, it's locked in, it's secure. If you take more than 24 hours, I can't guarantee you still get to claim it. Simply because it's all done in batches through DE, so if we miss the batch, we miss the batch. But 24 hours, you're definitely fine. And it just makes sense to me to do it that way because it's one raffle, it's one giveaway, and as much as 75 plat is 75 plat, it's 75 plat. It's not like it's a Prime Access pack or something. When would I do such a giveaway of those? Look forward to that soon. But, we need to be going to on Uranus. So when it comes to the giveaway there, I recognise you're one of many people joining. You've got your own things going on. I don't want the people who are here for, say, 2.5 hours of the first 5/6 of the stream to then have to miss out on the giveaway just because the draw is at the end. Absolutely not. So everyone gets a fair chance, whether you're here for 5 minutes or the full 3 hours. It's absolutely fine with me. Joining in is enough. But if you don't respond within 24 hours, then I can be grumpy at you. I'm giving you every chance at that point.
Incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
See this, that first message from Ordis, that should play during the new Walk West. You get onto the railjack, incoming message, it's from Fortuna, and then they say, hey, yeah, we see this is a dire situation, we've got some expert crew to help you out. Yeah. When am I doing the Prime Access raffle? I will be announcing details on that in the near future, once I've figured out exactly how I want to run that one. So look forward to the details on that. If you're on the Discord, you will receive those details. It's always the best place to get them. This isn't even mine, but it's right here, so I might as well. There we go. Don't know why I had no noise from my scanner there, but...
There it is, right for synthesis. Tame this creature so you may perform the synthesis I require.
You got that key? Alright then. Health trade? No, I'm made of health. That is very unfortunate.
conduit.
Oh, well, that one's already dealt with. Good, good, good. I'll just keep my wits about me for the next key. I keep jumping through the game recently. I'm very often seeing outside the map because I keep hitting the ceiling that hard. Hot pink explosions? Absolutely. I have not changed the default colours on this one. They are absolutely obnoxious, and I am all for it for such a weapon. Subtlety does not come with a base assist. Oh, okay, it looks like they insta-killed my target. Alright, I'll just grab another key then, I guess. Got some overperformers in this squad. Love it. Does anyone remember what the name of the relic is we're looking for? I forgot. I know it's a Neo, but that doesn't really narrow it down in this mission. That was quick. A14, thank you. Another one down. Neo C6, darn it.
We can take them again.
Darn. It's fine, we'll get the next one. If we got it first, really, that would be perhaps unfair to all the people who need to go much longer, right? Folks.
Wakey, wakey. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Everything is about as stacked as I'm gonna get it stacked.
More of the old ultra-violence.
I have not got the Daft Punk BPM at the moment. It's something even more energetic. That's all good. Wait. Nope, I'm holding the key down there. I knew that.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
You've sold 2 Yareli sets for 350p total? Nice. Wait, 350p total? Okay, fair enough. Prices have come down a bit then. I don't know where this one's spawning. Did I really have to ledge grab 2 things there? Ah, they've got that. I'm going to focus on the next key. Speaking of, there's a key. Slap that in. Right hand side.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing blows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
Hi there. Slow down, please. I feel like I'm missing half my damage today. I don't know where it is, but it just feels like it's missing.
Got another round on ya?
Weird. Was that the one we needed? Oh shoot, yes it was. Perfect. Alright, out we go. Wasn't even paying enough attention. Glad someone else did.
Bulk signal returns. Dig in.
Nope. We are digging into nothing but extraction. This way. Oop, there we are.
Check ejecting.
You stuck to K-Bug? I sure hope not. What the heck is that?
Learned here will serve you well.
I just fell through the map. It deleted the map before we left. I could hear myself falling. Okay. Okay. Just the whole game just vanished. Extractions available. Into the void. Ay, 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 ay. Bug frame. This is why Javiri can't load right now. Let's see. For Miso, we're not doing the Inception Rescue. It is. Yareli. With the not Miso, Neo. I knew that. There it is. Yareli, and because this is Oxamoko, we have a chance of getting this relic back. Not Radiant, of course. But we do have a chance of getting it back. It's a small chance. But a chance. There we go. Fully Radiant. Love to see it. Another goodie. And... what? Oh, no, yeah, we're all fine. I was fearing a message of, no, I can't afford Radiant. Nope, we can all afford Radiant. Everyone here is set up. Love it. Love it. Alright then, let's go obliterate our foes in this mission.
And I with your victory.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby.
And he would like to have that. Thank you.
You're near a fissure. Use that reactant to open.
I don't need the Argon Crystal, but I'm going to scoop it anyway.
You're going to need more reactant. Want to open that relic.
But I can...
Stay focused.
There he is. I knew there was an enemy here, I just couldn't find them.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic. The tower's neural
Yay!
sentry has turned these
Reactor
souls
already
into
obtained.
mindless attack drones. You need to take them out.
Everything is dying pretty quickly, but it's fine. Where's our next enemies? This way. Oh, there they are. Spawning behind them. How dare. Stupid question from Expressive Pumpkin. Okay, let's see what it is. No, you already just got a prime, but will Jaya be next prime or someone else? No idea on that, sorry. You can have a look at release dates of the frames to get an idea as to who's likely next, but it's not a guarantee. That said, our previous prime was Lavos, right?
And they are on the run. Another successful mission.
So when Lavos then Yareli? Or did I forget one in the middle? So with it having been Lavos, then Yareli, it is quite likely to be Jaya next. Or another female presenting frame, basically. Because D usually alternate 2 and 2. Yareli! There we go. Usually. GG's. Sorry, Exceltra, you're not that interesting to us. Yeah.
It is done.
We had Sevgov, Zaku, Lavos, Yareli. True, yeah. Hold on, let me have a look at the release dates real quick. Release dates. There we go. Okay, so of all frames released, we just had Yareli Prime come out. Next frame released after Yareli was Caliban. And then it was Jaya, Stynax, Varuna, Citrine. Okay. Yeah, looking at the release order of this lot, that's just a mess. That is a mess. So, yeah, could be Caliban, could be Jaya. That's a hard guess there. If D wanted to return to the alternating setup, then it could be Jaya next, then Caliban Stynax, then Varuna Citrine, then Kalervo Corvex, then Dagath Jade, then Dante Cytodine, then Kome Temple. At a guess is the order they could end up with, but to be honest, if they just went to release order, that'd probably be easier, wouldn't it? will dropping off. That's absolutely fine. Thank you very much for joining in on the squads and giving us the loot we needed. Absolutely. Where should we go for Yareli relic farming? So it depends on which relic you're going for, but honestly the easiest answer overall is to check out my relic farming guide. I made a guide specifically for farming relics quickly. It isn't made for this particular update, and yet it is still 100% correct as to exactly how you want to do that. So if you want to get hold of the new relics as quickly as possible, check out my guide on that. I think !relics should maybe probably link you it, but otherwise you just go to my channel. Farm relics fast, engineer, jobs are good and you can't miss it. Right then, I don't know why I'm coming here. I don't want anything from her. Learn about void relics, how to open them correctly, how much platinum they're worth. Damn, it's not linked on that one. Oh shit. Okay, I've got to fix that. That is bad of me. That is very bad of me. One moment. Let me see then. Where is that one? I linked it on a community post not that long ago as well, so shouldn't be too far down. Let's see. Yeah, I published this in February this year. If I just go through this. Yeah, it's not linked at all. That's no good. Ken, what are you doing? There we go. Okay, the relics command is updated now. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. And let's grab... Bear me a second. Argon. Switch this to full solo, switch normal, and let's get this. God damn it. What do I think about the Yareli Prime skin color palette? You're asking the wrong person for views on that, sorry. You are asking the wrong person. Of all things, a color palette? I am so unartistic. I just can't even begin to assist on such a thought.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Grabby, grabby.
Mission complete.
Area barons. I'm not looking for anything special. Goddamn change to exterminate. BS. Blah. It's a good thing that Limbo go burr. Yeah. I think it said exit was in this direction. Come on, one argon crystal. Is that too much to ask for? One measly little argon.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I'm only going to focus on them if they also give me argon. That was not argon.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Dang it. Come on, really? No, 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 there's got to be one around here. It's got to be. I don't accept this. I don't accept it. Lies. I just opened up a locker. No, 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 no. Just one of these lockers, you know. Be really easy. Any second now. What's the clap ability Limbo's using here? It is his 4 Cataclysm. I set up that big old bubble, which is also dealing a small amount of damage. But because the level of the enemies here, small is enough. It is a optimized build. Come on, Argon, where are you at? Dang it. Alright, sorry, I'll just give up on this mission, try the next one. Let's pop out of here. "7 minutes in survival always gives you a handful." Yeah, fair enough. I just need the one though, so I didn't want to spend 7 minutes in survival. "What Warframe you had fun using it?" asks It's Destiny. I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure what you're actually asking there, sorry. Are you asking me which frame do I enjoy using? Which, if so, sort by use. Frames. Lavos, Wukong, Equinox, Vara, Limbo, Trinity, Wisp, Grendel, Mesa, Revenant, Volt, Loki, Revenant again, Rhino, Lavos Prime, Hildren. Those are my most used, probably the ones I enjoy the most, yeah. What is going on here? Oi. Weird. Didn't know we've season end already? Yes, indeed. It has ended, and a new one hath started. There was a 2-week notice in-game about that, which I forgot to spend my credits on.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Come on, Argon. Don't be shy now.
Target located. Bring them in.
I'll just leave it in my inventory here, Pumpkin. It's no loss to me.
Mission complete.
Argon! Yes! Alright, cool. I got everything I need now. Let me through, let me through, let me through. I press the panel. Weird game. Got the headshot, gives me the movement buff. Also part of the design of this setup. There we are, particle velocity for the win.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
1 minute 7 seconds. Ah. That damn console tripping me up. Oh well. There we go. Yareli. Prime Systems. Building. Splendid. Alright then. Next up, let's get her signature weapon. Let's work on the Kompressa next. Kompressa. There is Kompressa Prime Barrel, which is a rare part. We then also need to get these two bits here. An Axie Uncommon and a Neo Common. Very easy for us to get through. But we'll start with the rare. Start from the top, work our way down. Miso K7 Radiant is first on the chopping block. Send me a message in game if you'd like to join in with the Miso K7 Radiant. So we've got Alien Desolation already chomping at the bit there. We'll need a full squad. Got Jellyfish gunning for it as well. And we've got Raptor riled up for it as well. As we have had both Alien and Raptor a fair amount here on today's stream, I will give opportunity for anyone else to grab that spot. We'll be running it like a minute, so be quick. Admin saying first parts of farm they sold. Very profitable to do so on the first and second day. Yeah, absolutely. If you don't mind waiting a little bit longer, you can absolutely sell a full set or just sell the items you get now and then just buy them back next week and the price will have come down a chunk. If you got a little bit of patience on you, you can absolutely make a bunch of platinum that way. Simple sell high, buy low. Alright, looks like it is going to be this crew right here. I'm currently in solo mode. Whoopsies. I do that. There we go. Yeah, I will be looking at the options with regards to a Yareli guide. It won't be the next video, because the next video is coming out tomorrow, and that is the Dan finale. There's just too much stuff in it, couldn't get it done today. But yeah. Alright, we've got our squad ready to run, so let's just go run, shall we? Let's see, what fisher have we got? We're starting on the... Did I say Mito or Neo? It was... definitely Miso. Alright, cool. Do I think weapons like Tenet Diplos and Buzzlock are fun to use? The Tenet Diplos aiming feature is frankly... or at least what it was. I don't know if they changed it. I feel like they changed it, but when it came out it was just a bit shit, I'll be honest. It was a bit shit. And as for the Buzzlock, well, the Buzzlock just has terrible stats as well, so that's just a bad day for everyone.
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations
while breaking into the network. It appears I have chosen a normal mode Fisher, which is absolutely fine. We can just kind of make our way through it. Not a problem.
But are you confident you can withstand their fury? A Fisher. Defend yourself.
All the benefits of a low-level mission is I can just slap my 4 down like that and everything nearby dies. That's always fun.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
Yeah, if we got a Maester on the team though, I'm going to see very few kills now, I think.
This will take a moment.
Although, yeah, just going to leave them for me. Yeah, thank you. Yoink.
The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
I've had enough of this particular playlist in my ears. Let's switch that back over. There we go.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Yoink. The enemies aren't really doing much of an attack, are they? Also, Raptor, make sure you're good for reactant as we go through. You are currently down at just 1. Where enemies? Well, unfortunately, Jellyfish has stolen Host, and Jellyfish is also on PC, so I don't know what the problem is, actually. Yeah, Jellyfish, what's wrong with your computer?
Area completed. Move on. We have got to find a terminal. Proceed and prepare.
Just make our way through this. I hope nothing's wrong with your computer, it's brand new. Oh dear. No, I think you're fine. It's just the enemies being a bit derpy today. Because it is a low-level mission.
Location reached. Drop me in.
We're probably fine.
Defend our position.
Probably. Is it true that more FPS equals more enemies? I don't believe it's tied to FPS. I believe that it is tied to specifications. Now, how they determine that is not clear to me. I've never really looked into it, so I don't have a good answer for you there. But it is definitely a fact that at least lower spec platforms, so like the older gen of the Xbox and PlayStation, will spawn fewer enemies. That's just a fact. And it is to the point that DE actually, with just this patch, just today, they added in a detail that makes it where reactant drops more frequently if the host is on a lower enemy spawning platform, to make up for the lack of reactant you would otherwise have.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
So host specs absolutely control how much how many enemies spawn, but which part of the specs, if it is on a per platform basis or sub-platform basis, or if it is a RAM situation, a processor situation, I don't know. Do I know if there's any assist like that for life support and survival too? I don't know, actually, sorry. I simply don't know on that side. I've not dug into inter-platform interactions. I've not dug into host-client interactions much. Partly because testing that is an absolute pain in the ass, and partly because, quite frankly, it's hard to really tease apart just anything of substance from that, so I leave it to those who have more experience with switching between platforms. I don't have a current-gen PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, any of that lot. And I'm not going to run it on my phone. I like my phone too much to do that to the battery. As the overall reacting drop chance buff a while back? Yeah, that wasn't more of a platform thing. I was just de-increasing it in general, which was a bit of a ham-fisted approach to the complaints I had, but I guess it wasn't directed at me anyway. Yeah, I've been quite vocal for a while that reactant doesn't feel like the best of systems, but based on Dee's commentary on certain interactions having to be removed in Warframe because of automation by nefarious players, I imagine we are going to continue to see reactant and things like it to deal with that issue, at least to some extent. So, in a sense, blame bots. Just blame bots. Alright then, well, this is absolutely not what we're looking for. That is poop. We will have to run this again. Feels like collective punishment. Okay, that's a little bit of an overstretch of the claim there, but it's more a case of they're trying to maintain certain aspects of Warframe's economy and overall availability of rewards. There is indeed an economy behind it that DE are keeping tabs on and keeping it balanced. Especially when it comes to prime parts, if people could very easily automate that, well, there goes absolutely all value in the market. And as I've said before now, for similar reasons when it comes to the ease of trade, if there is an absolute massive glut of bot-supplied items, market go down, free-to-play has a harder time actually getting hold of any premium items, like Warframe slots, and pay-to-play has far less reason to buy so much platinum. It's a negative for basically everyone, except for those who don't want to spend as much on Warframe at that point. Yeah. That's why they have to continuously deal with botting to that extent. Even though this is a non-competitive game, there's an economy game. Yeah. Alright, well, we didn't get where we wanted that run, but we do have the opportunity to run just more. So, more it is. Miso, K7, upgrade, go, and good to go. Is there a rescue? Oh, there's a rescue on Steel Path. Alright. Good shout, good shout. Yep, that's going to be better. Thank you. There's a market, there's a bot to farm it like any other game. Yeah. And so do you take at least sensible steps to try and mitigate that? It's frustrating, but gameplay unfortunately has to give way to deal with botting. The alternative is what happens over in Evil Line, I'll be quite honest with you. The alternative is what happens over there. For those of you who've played it, will know the difference between bottable and unbottable income.
There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. near a fissure.
There's no botting in Eve? Sure there isn't. Of course, no. No, why would there be bots in Eve? That'd be crazy talk.
Working on your relic. Find more.
It's not a game where you're allowed to run an infinite number of accounts so long as you have the capacity to do so, and the rules are against input broadcasting, but if you just so happen to set up simple keybinds that allow you to send the interactions in a rapid succession, well, that's technically absolutely fine. And then outright bots, well, they definitely don't happen either. No, not whatsoever. No, sir.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
It's a thing. You remember Jagus just hired the guy who made RuneScape bots? Sometimes that is part of the solution. Like, some people are motivated to make bots for the sake of bots. You know, they see a game, they see a way to quote-unquote win through botting, and so they make bots. Other people are financially motivated. And so if you address the financial motivation, you address the issue. Especially in hiring the person who knows how to do it, they're more likely to know how to catch it. So yeah. What do I think of the new mods in Nightwave for Aphrodite and Simulor? They look interesting. I will need to get my hands on them to try them out though. Because the devil is always in the details. Without access to the actual mods, I would be guessing as to their full functionality. I do not deign to act like I understand the mods just yet. What? What am I supposed to do with this? I'll give someone the traces, I suppose, but like... Come on!
What you have learned here will serve you well.
Well then. Bucket fodder? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lucky Ducky
on to the next
Ken.
one.
Alex Eltrazuwu Yareli Prime blesses you.
Thanks, Token. Thanks. Much appreciated. Alright, well, we got relics. We got chances. Let's try again. I'm hoping the rest of the squad also have more of these. Fingers crossed. Yes, everyone got some more. Don't forget, guys, Teshin is canonically trolling us from beyond the grave. I've got creator mode turned on, but normally Teshin is just giving us the middle finger in a pre-recorded message. There we go. Full squad, full radiant, let's do it. It can only go wrong so many times, right? So as a memory of what he used to say? Pre-recorded message, memory, same difference really. When you can put memories into irons and sculptures, they're basically pre-recorded messages at that point.
You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Collect reactant to open your relic.
Yeah, Lotus, I think I know how this works at this point.
The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Yay, Harrow Chassis. At least we can get that.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
The reactor is working on Yareli. Yeah. Except we've already got her sorted out, so, you know.
Heads up. Our Grenier assault team is
Alright, relic cracked.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
No, don't ledge grab. I'm trying to aim at the gap to drop down, you stupid frame. Okay, that roll was on me. That was on me. My fingers spasmed. Oops. On location, door opened, roll through.
They will surely initiate the execution sequence.
Ascend. Crack it open. There's our operative. And let's get out of here. Oh, another friendship door, of course.
Prisoner located. We need to get them back to command in one piece. Find your way to the exits and don't leave the subject behind. I need a weapon.
You need to just get out of here with us, lass. There we go. Alright. Double X said, do you think D is suddenly going to turn all the frames into real people like the skins? Or is it just a phase? Actually, it was just a phase because it's already over. Ah, but my pain isn't. Yeah, it's just a phase that's already over. D have said they're stopping the proto frames. It may not be permanent, but yeah, they've already stopped.
A valuable lesson.
How's the hunt so far? Well, Yareli is finished. The Exceltra price is going to hit rock bottom, if it hasn't already. Alright. Well, I have one more relic. I don't know about the rest of the crew. One more. Yep. Jellyfish got 3 more, Raptor 3 more. Right, well, I've just got the one, so we're just going to have to roll the dice on this one. The thing is, Exceltra can't go down too far because it's still got ducat value. It'll drop to the minimum value of ducats, which is not a lot. I think the going rates at this point are down to like 8 plat per 100 ducats. It's not a lot.
The art of combat must be practiced.
Let's drop it.
To truly master the canvas of war.
Void fishers. You need them to.
So Rez hates you? Oh, you tell me that now we're on the last one of you in the squad. You tell me that now? Why couldn't you set that up front? I could have just invited someone else.
The corrupted enemies are dropping reactors.
You're trying to leech off my luck? Good luck with that. I don't have any.
The reactors are working on your
It's not happening today. What's the going rate for relics or higher? Good question. I don't follow. I'm only vaguely aware as to the ducat rate. When it comes to straight up relics, no idea. I've got the reactant, don't even need shooting.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
Let's just move forwards. Oh, you can tell I've got absolutely no stacks on the weapon at the moment.
Careful.
Killed nothing there.
Detect you. They will surely initiate the execution sequence. Here are the holding cells.
Crack that open. Nope. Okay. Oh, they found it.
Thank you, Tenno.
Am I going to play with Heirloom Valkyria? I don't know that I'll even have it. Unless DE pass it to me. I'm really not one for cosmetics in general. I'm here to play the game, not play dress up. It's just not my thing. Why not both? Because it's not my thing, Ryan. Are you listening to me? Come on. There we go. Finally, we have the Kompressa Prime barrel.
It is done.
Ah, dear, dear, dear. On to the next part. So we've got the rare. We now need to do the uncommon. You hadn't before you said that? Okay, fair enough. That is all sorted. From Fascinating Insane Side Quest, what's your thought on the recent health armor topic? And become second gating or limited damage scaling. Appreciate the opinions, alright, as a tenno, as wise as you. I actually did a video on the whole workshops, so my opinion is pretty much in there. But with regards to second gating and limited damage scaling, both of those are wrong. It's a very simple point on that. I see this so much, especially over on the Reddit at the moment. The Waframe subreddit is infested with the idea of either flattening damage scaling or adding in health gates. And it's like, both of those fundamentally fail to grasp the entire point and nature of health tanking. Completely misunderstand it. Health gating, no matter what setting it is set to, any amount of health gate is just level agnostic immortality. To explain the term, in case you've not come across it before now, frankly I don't think I did, I came up with it. Level agnostic immortality or level agnostic tanking is a tank which operates exactly the same no matter what level you're against. At that point, you might as well just have 1 health, or however much health is needed to hit this magical health gate. Once you have that amount of health, nothing can threaten you, because you hit your health gate, infinite damage past that point is negated, and you just restored that finite amount of health. No matter what you're doing, it's there, it's enough. When it comes to limited damage scaling, from what I understand, most people asking for some kind of change to damage scaling, they're going, no, level 400 does too much damage, level 4000 does too much damage, bring the damage down. So what's the point of levels? That's just doing the same thing in reverse. If everything is dealing about the same damage within the same kind of bracket, then again you need the same tank for every single level and it doesn't matter anymore. The whole point of levels is that some areas are more damaging, and so you need to deal with it more, whereas other areas, which are lower threat, you can instead spend more time on mobility, spend more time on application. You can try to be faster rather than be stronger. It's a trade-off. So yeah. Sarah from Next, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper and enjoy your lovely blue sub badge and all the other bits and pieces that come along with that there. Cheers. From my perspective, the whole health tanking thing, it comes down to 2 very simple fixes, and they are exceedingly simple. Fix number 1 is for D to decide what level they actually want us to be engaging with stuff. It's a very simple thing, and you'd think that that was obvious. You'd think that that would already be part of the conversation. I'm fairly certain it is. Decide what level they want us to be engaging with. Do they want us to be engaged with level 150, 250, 500, 10,000? It's very clearly not 10,000. They've made that expressly clear. But decide what level they want us to scale up to. Part 2, give us the mods to do that. Genuinely, that's it. That is it. When it comes to health tanking, our options are surprisingly shit in terms of what we get access to. This entire top row of mods, you get access to after completing Sedna. So this is now from the... sorry, is it? No, it's soon to be from Nearest Junction, but basically it's completing Star Chart. You do the arbitrations, you get adaptation. All you trade for is very cheap. The Umbral set you get from the Sacrifice quest, which is, again, Star Chart placement, and then you just shove the Endo into it. Now, having to spend the Umbral Formers to make it fit onto a heavily invested build, if anything, is a further detriment. There are some mods which are just straight up upgrades, which don't cost an arm and a leg, both to upgrade and to fit. Umbral set feels like it gets worse every update. I don't know if it gets worse every update, it's just either we get new options come out or new threats come out. We are right at the tippity top of being able to fill in our capacity while still be able to switch between builds, you know? We don't want to have to go any further invested on that, and so the mods that could come out don't need to be more expensive to fit. They don't need to be more expensive to upgrade necessarily. They just need to be the next stage of progress. If you were playing RuneScape, you didn't stop at Rune Armor or Mithril Armor or Iron Armor. You upgraded. You got the higher stuff. You moved up to Dragon, you moved up to Barrows, you moved up to Torva. And let's just look at the melee side of things. If you're playing in Evil Line, then you won't just stop on the Tech 1 modules across an entire fit. You'll get yourself the Meta modules, Tech 2 modules, Faction modules, Dead Space modules, Officer if you want to be extra fancy about it. Upgrades. You work your way through a game, and you get access to and the affording of higher tier items, and you utilize those. There you are. Alex saying, you say like those people want to stop damage increase with levels, or believe they just want to make damage scale less hard. It's the same difference, Alex. It's the same difference. Here's the thing, if the damage scaling from level 150 to 500 is too much, you don't fix it by making level 500 less damaging. You fix it by not making the content level 500. When I've run D&D campaigns of various scales of play, if I went, this monster looks too damaging, I didn't go, well, what I'll do is I'll just reduce the damage but continue to say it's level such and such. No, I used a lower level. That's the whole point of having the levels in the first place. We don't need D to redesign the level scaling. We don't need them to figure out how to add in little kinks and twists and turns so that they still have a curve here for early game and then there and then there and there and different jumps and jolts and modifiers. The level is a number that can be directly tweaked. There is no requirement for us to engage with level 500, 600, 10,000. They could set it higher, they could set it lower, they can decide what level to put it at. They can absolutely decide on that, and then decide to make sure that we have the appropriate buffs to go with it. It has nothing to do with the level scaling is too quick, other than if they make the level scaling happen in a mission too quick. You look at the comparison between Survival and Void Cascade. In a Void Cascade, the level scaling is so much faster, people having to build specifically around level agnostic survival. Because if you have any kind of level scaled survival, if you have something that reaches a point and fails, you just end up dying too much too quickly in that mission type, because it just scales too quick. People are getting used to the idea of spending a relatively modest amount of time in a mission and being up against obscene level of foes. So that's my point. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the level scaling equation. The level scaling equation gives a curve. All that does is it gives a curve, and we could be anywhere on that curve. The difference between one level and the next, for any level worth talking about, is almost nothing. It's only on the grand magnitudes that we notice a difference. And so D can fine-tune and pick where they want that level to be. Adam is saying, do I think that core playstyle should work in current endgame? Are you suggesting that health tanking shouldn't work in endgame? That you should be able to get to a level of missions, broadcast for everyone to do on a weekly basis, whereupon the major design of a number of different warframes should be invalidated? Do you seriously believe that? Or are you asking a different question? Just so I understand on this one. I didn't say Axie N13 is what we got next. Cool. Just to be very clear. Because if we are at the point of saying, yeah, hey, here are missions which some frames are simply not allowed to partake in, not for any reason of their abilities not matching up, not for any reason of their damage not being up, no, they're just not allowed to, because they will just die. Unless they completely lobotomize their design. That to me does not sound like a good balance. What are these missions? Oh dear. We'll go back to the alchemy, why not? There we go. Godly Schnoz happily, proudly claiming you can beat Elite Temple Archimedia with a ham sandwich. Yes, because there is an entire discussion happening over the ability to use something below the power of a ham sandwich. Don't be like that, Godly Schnoz. That is dismissive and, dare I say, just oblivious. Sure, damage output, we got plenty of it. But when it comes to tanking, when it comes to the control options and how control gets shafted a lot of ways as well, For all the damage you can bring, you still need to survive stray shots.
So, Papa invented the crucibles, alchemic devices for combining the simple elemental.
Now, it's funny Adam says, what then relying on teammates? EDA and ETA are designed to be run in a team. They make that expressly clear when you select the one option that says you're looking for a team. It's kind of weird, but probably a bug. Point is, though, they are designed for a team. But if your setup, if your options are either cheese it and have someone absolutely carry you, or bring one of the loadouts they are limiting you to and just hope you don't get walked over, or miss out on rewards, it gets quite restrictive quite quick. When some warframes live and die by the idea that they're going to hold a static location, it becomes a lot harder to utilize them if their tank then is just non-existent between. So yeah, it is a team situation, but it does feel that with the tank options available at this point, unless you go for the level agnostic shield gate spam, it can frequently feel like you are not just relying on your team, but leeching. How to get the icon on the flask on the ground? It's there by default. I've not had to turn on anything to do that. It's just there. I've been saying some warframes by mechanic can't survive without durability mods, also limit your power of that warframe. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a limitation of the power of the warframe. In fact, my whole point is that there are trade-offs. If you can do everything with the frame you want to do at all times, there's no kind of limit whatsoever. You just get to do whatever you want for free. That's not compelling gameplay either. The whole point in almost every single game ever is that there is investment and or trade-off. Where investment is not required, it's too easy. Where trade-off is not required, it's unchallenging. A healthy balance challenges that. Where you either tank or have someone provide you the tank. where you damage or have someone provide the damage. You control or have someone provide the control. Such is the nature of a team, you know? I'm not the first person to come up with all of this lot. It's just pretty standard game design. And dare I say, human industry and civilization. Yeah, I'm not going to shoot any of the pipes. Others have clearly got that under control. Puck say I have a hard time seeing them sometimes disappear. Don't know what causes it. Oh, that's not about the damn fours. Yeah, no idea what's going on that for you. From Ablo saying, I know this question has nothing to do with the current topic. That's fine. Might I ask, where can I find the arcane melee influence? So melee influence is obtained from the labs. You'll probably find your best route to getting it. Excuse me. Is from doing the assassination mission. You can do it on normal mode. You don't need to do it on Steel Path. You can do it on normal mode. And you just farm the assassination mission. That'll probably be your fastest source of it. This, however, is not a fast source of what I want. God dang it. I believe it also comes from the book thing? But that needs hunting down unless you have a... what's it called? Alright, let me focus on this a sec. There we go. So that needs hunting down unless you have a bounty for it, pointing out its location. So the book, the Scathing Whisper, it's not as great for it, yeah. I hope that gives you what you're looking for, Diablo. Let's take this to the new location. Oh yeah, also standing with the Carvia. Very true, yeah. They have a shop. You can just only get so many a day through that, but yeah.
This crucible craves heat and
Or you can just, you know, buy influence. That is also an option.
radiation.
Yeah, when it comes to dealing with the Scathing Whisper, once it's in its second stage, as the hidden book, shoot it with your Operator's Amp. It's a lot better. It's a lot better. Also saying either figure out shield gating, have native invuln invis, or you dead. Well, let's think, no, not necessarily. It doesn't have to be that way. My Lavos can help tank in quite a variety of situations. Does it look... Okay, bad example right now because we do have a Dante in the squad. But normally, do you see my Lavos struggle? The answer should be no, by the way. You don't usually see my Lavos struggle. And I have him pretty well invested for effective hit points and for regen. But there is a definite trade-off on that. I'm having to use 3 Umbral mods, Adaptation, Arcane Grace. That is significant investment, but the trade-off on that is it is passive. I don't need to constantly cast, I don't need to find energy, I don't need to worry too much about the nature of incoming damage, or most forms of otherwise what would be one-shots to a lot of people. I don't need to worry too much about Toxin. That is where health tanks do shine a lot, is that they are much more efficient on the energy side of things. And they are much more manageable against a broad spectrum of threats. They're not scared of magnetic procs. They're not scared of Toxin. Not scared of droughts in energy. Have I changed anything in my Revenant builds from the 2-year-old vid? I've not really looked at Revenant too much since the video a couple years ago, I'll be honest. There will be certainly changes and upgrades that can be made, thanks to things which have come out since then, but... It's up to you what you what you want to run with it on that. The builds as posted originally will still work. There just could be micro upgrades you can make now. I should update the Wukong build too. Yeah, I'll update everything eventually. The problem is that eventually is longer than the update cycle of Warframe. I am physically incapable of covering everything in Warframe, and that, by the way, is a damn good thing. Because if I could cover everything in Warframe in a short period of time, every other creator would, and then we'd all be sat twiddling our thumbs going, well, now what?
New pressure band identified. The process will not succeed if pressure continues to rise. Open the release valve.
I'm fine with health taking investment, so long as that investment is not completely onerous to the destruction of the frame's ability to interact. I would like to see a greater focus on multifunctional defensive mods. So, similar to like how we got Arc and Vitality. Similar, but better than that. Arc and Vitality doesn't actually provide you a significant Vitality bonus. It's just a relatively niche heat thing thrown on top. But instead, imagine if it was more... ooh, there's a compressor piece. Sorry, Nautilus. Imagine if it's more along the lines of... how to put it? The difference from Vitality to Umbral Vitality, but instead of sentient resistance, it was increased range. Or a health regen built into it, something like that. Whilst we're here, we can actually just do the other compressor piece, guys. You're all hitting no relic. No, G9. Ah, it's locked in now. We'll just have to leave mission. Hey, we can do the other one in this same fissure, but we can't now. Out. Dip out. Yeah, I didn't think to bring it up sooner, it's fine. I should have been coordinating that. Would I be looking to a general melee build guide? Seems a significant gap in up-to-date melee build guides. I cover melee builds for melees as they come out, or at least as I've covered those melees. I don't see the purpose of doing a generic build guide for them, though. I can see the idea for the value there, but the problem with a generic guide is that it skips any nuance, and any nuance that wants to be introduced, you're then having to branch in however many different directions. It's better to focus on the weapon than it is on generic. And once you've focused on one weapon, you can carry over the major lessons to other weapons. Have I used Arcane Bellicose on some HP tanks I use? Not enough to even remember exactly what Bellicose does. Looks like I got disconnected from squad? Yeah, I guess so. I'll reform in a moment. Arcane Bellicose, let's see here. Gain extra strength for every max health. Okay, so that's a separate thing, really. It's taken up a whole arcane slot to give you strength, which it has its place. It's just... it's niche. It is somewhat niche. Its benefit over things like Augmented is that you get it straight away if you just have the max health there. In order to get the equivalent of a Molt Augmented out of this, you'd need to have 2,500 health, which is a lot. That is a lot of health to have. My Lavos doesn't have that. I've got 2,240. That's a full Umbral set. No shards to its effect, no. So just full Umbral set. 2,240. So that is a lot of health required to get to that kind of peak, but it does mean even if you're on lower health, you get that strength up front at the start of a mission, sure. Outside of that, it's still just a strength buff in an arcane slot. It's competing with other arcanes, because we only have 2 arcane slots. And we continue to get new arcanes. What are the newest mods we got for Warframes? Not counting augments, what are the newest mods we got for Warframes? I'm trying to think about it, actually. What were the newest ones? We got a new aura relatively recently, which was somewhere over in here. I think it might have been Ready Steel was a recent one. Spectral... No. Nothing for invis. Nope, you might be thinking of weapons. Ready Steel was Silver Grove, was it? Oh, never mind then. Summoner's Wrath. Yeah, squad receives companion and summon damage. Yep, fair enough, so that's one of them. Ah, weak point crit chance. There it is, yeah. So we got a couple different auras. And I'll be honest with you, auras by and large are not the make or break of setups. For those precision intensify? Mm-hmm. So a side grade, because it replaces Umbral Intensify, but isn't strictly better than it. And side grades are upgrades in power, because if they give you more power in specific situations, you now have more power. It is just an improvement. But yeah, it is great on a number of frames, absolutely. And yeah, we got Energy Nexus. So that's again casting support. So when was the last tank mod we got? And I'm not counting Archon Vitality, because that did not improve your tank. 100% health is the same as just Vitality. That didn't improve tank. What was the last tank mod released in Warframe? Other than Primed Redirection. But I mean, well, no, that one does qualify. I can't just discount that. That does qualify. So we've got Prime Redirection, taking the same slot, pushing it a bit further. And then... was it really health conversion? Catalyzing Shields wasn't really a release, because we already had that tech, they just turned it into a mod. Which arguably made it worse, if you think about it. But balancing, normalization, rationalization, but yeah. When was Quick Thinking added? Well, Quick Thinking, yeah, that is a form of tanking, I suppose. It's an energy tank, but in a different way. How long's that been in the game? Hold up. So, Quick Thinking was added to the game 2013. Definitely not that. Adaptation added to the game 2018. Umbral Vitality added to the game 2018. Yeah. Even if we go for the Catalyzing Shields, which technically isn't new because we had Shieldgate basically when Shieldgate came out, but Catalyzing Shields is still 2023. So that's nearing on 2 years old on that one. And that was a rebalance rather than more. Plus it's not hit point based. If we go for Archon Vitality, which as I say doesn't even qualify, but let's have a look, that was 2022. Most things we've been gaining have been competing for these same two arcane slots that have been in the game since before I started playing. Do we count the Overguard stuff too, like augments? Overguard stuff like the augments. So augments are specific to frames or their abilities, and that'll be abilities doing ability things. What do you actually mean, Godly? Do I think there'll ever be an energy-only frame with built-in quick thinking? No idea. Again, an arcane but secondary fortifier? It's a tank bonus, but that's on your gun. If nothing else, explain to me why the gun is the tank. Not to mention the introduction of Overguard Gate, which was introduced shortly after the release of Calevo, and was released Overguard gate was added because, oh no, my hit points running out. I have no shield gate on this frame. Because apparently giving it enough hit points wasn't the answer. You mean the whole package? So just Overguard in general. Overguard was also a renaming of some existing features functionally. Like Rhino's Iron Skin, it was just a hit point pool that went over the top of your health and shields. They turned that into a singular feature of Overguard, rather than having all these different unique features all doing functionally the same thing. Naira, Boreal, and Amar mods. Ah, yes, Lu, you are very correct. Yes, if I look up Naira's Hatred, which is a plus health mod, that counts, 2021. And it's plus 35% health. So, yeah. Carapace mods, I think those are older still, actually. Let's see. Give me the name of one of them. Carnis Carapace. Carnis Carapace is 2020. In fact, Carnis Carapace came out a couple months before I hit even 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's how old it is. I was still an amateur making vids for hell of it whilst I was working at a call center. We're looking for the newest side of things. My point is that we've had relatively little come out in terms of Warframe modding to enhance Warframe defenses for the ever-scaling threats we are dealing with. Instead, we've had a shitload of Arcanes, which are competing for these same 2 Arcane slots, and even still to this day, Arcane Grace continues to take one of those top slots for me, in terms of health tanking, and then my other one's gone on mobility, I'll be honest. We've had Archon Shards come out, but on a tanking frame, the tank options are tanked. If I put a full set of Tower Forged onto Lavos here, no other changes, nothing else to add with, let's just go right here, right now. He's currently got 2,240 armor. Sorry, no, that's his health. He's got 1,890 armor. I could put on a full set of Tower Forged. Do I count Arcane Blessing too? Not a mod, it's an Arcane. We've been saying that right the way through. We're aware of the bajillion Arcanes added to compete with the existing Arcane slots. And just not upgrades on the mods. So, 225 maximum for the armor per shard here. 5 lots of that is 1,125 extra armor, which if I add that to my 1,890 here, would bring me to 3,015 armor. In terms of the amount of damage taken then, that would be... damage taken with 3,015 armor is 9.05%. If I divide that by the current damage taken here by, oops. If I divide that by the current damage taken here by Lavos, 1 minus 1890 divided by 2190, applying a full set of 5 Tower Forged Azure Shards would mean I'd take 1/3 less damage. I'd be taking 66%. That doesn't scale very far. I recall saying that 60% increase in levels is a 100% increase in damage. So, scaling that as if it was linear, which it's not, but as if it was linear, you'd be looking at like a 20-ish to maybe 30% increase in levels. You probably won't get away with 30%. So yeah, probably about a 20% increase in levels. So if Lavos ran out of tank at level 400, and I equipped a full set of Tau Forge Azures to him, he would then probably run out of tank at about level 480 to 500. That's what it'll do for me there. Adam's saying every 300 armor gives plus 50% to current remaining current left damage reduced. Right. That is a little bit of an odd way of putting it, I think. Hold up. If you go from 2700 armor, which is 90% damage resistance, to 3000, gives you 90.09. Sorry, 90.9. Yeah, no. Adamin, no. Don't start with your 300 to 600. Compared to a much bigger number. You're saying every 300 armor gives you that, but it doesn't. At 2700 armor, you're taking 10% of damage. At 3000 armor, you're still taking about 9.1% damage. 300 armor more, you haven't done anything remotely close to a 50% reduction in the still incoming damage. No, you're misunderstanding that. Yeah, Flanring is correct. Every 300 armor is another... adds your base health to your EHP again. So with 1,800 armor, my base health is 2,240, and then I have another 6-fold of that on top. Slightly more than 6 because 1890, but yeah. So if I wanted to double my EHP again from armor, I would need to have double the armor plus 300, is the way that math works out. Double plus 300. And that's a lot. And that double plus 300 armor would increase my tank to be able to tank 60% higher level. Because of the damage scaling equation. Anyway, I'm very keenly aware of the time and that we need to finish up a farm here. So I don't actually know if Alien, Jellyfish and the others are still around. We were in the midst of a compressor run before I went onto that massive rant. It was the Neo we need to do now. Neo G9. W, count me in. I'm going to take that as an absolute win. Let's bring you on in. Alien, let's go again. Neo G9, no upgrading needed. Jellyfish is also still around. That is brilliant. Raptor, you still with us? Still here. Perfect. And they're in order as well. Look at this perfect little group. Alright then. Neo, rescue. Sweet, that's what we were waiting for, wasn't it? That is what we were waiting for. Adam is saying, in terms of percent, 50% left and 50% and 50% is 25. Yeah. Then out of those, 25% left is another 50% per 300 gives another 12. That's... So Adamin, you're saying that... What actually are you saying here? Are you saying that you think you get 87.5% damage reduction at 900 armor? Is that what you're saying? 300 you take half damage, 600 you take quarter. Yeah, no, that's wrong. Adamin, that's so wrong. Adamin... There's nothing to even discuss with you on this one. You literally are just wrong on the numbers, and demonstrably so. Just open up your arsenal and tell me what damage reduction you have on a frame with 900 armor. You can mouse over it. Just go in game with a frame with 900 armor, mouse over the armor and see how much you've got. It'll tell you. You are completely incorrect, unfortunately. If it worked the way you were saying, a 50% reduction in incoming damage for every 300 armor, at 3000 armor, you would have halved the damage incoming 10 times over. Which means that you would be taking less than 1%, sorry, less than 0.1% of the damage. Because if you halve something multiple times over, you're effectively increasing your resistance double that many times over. Do it 10 times, that's 2 to the 10, that's 1024. If you're taking 1024 of the damage, that's less than 0.1%. We do not have 99.9% damage reduction at 3k armor. Absolutely not. So yeah. Check your numbers and refer in-game before the lofty claims. Trust me, mate, you are very far off it on that one.
You've located the hostage. Escort the prisoner to the extraction point, and I'll take care of the rest. I need a weapon.
Probably start firing my weapon at some point in this mission. So far, I've just been doing objective. Oh, good, admin. Just, yeah. Now, I am curious. I do want to know, Adamant, where did you get your information from? Because you were exceedingly confident in stating it. You stated and restated and laid out the numbers that were objectively incorrect. So where did you get them from? I'm curious.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Also, we just grab ourselves a compressor. First run. Very nice. It is a common, so we'd hope for that, but yeah. Is there any point in giving this hostage your secondary? I mean, they can shoot it, but usually you just want to get out of the mission, I'll be honest. Just get out. Flores, can I ask you all for weapon recommendations? Just past New War, best weapons in Atarok and Siren Prime, no Incarnon. I mean, Incarnons would be a great spot to go. If you can't get to Incarnons, then it would be select adversary weapons, things like the Tenet Envoy, things like the Kuvanukor, things like the... Let's see, give you a nice spread of stuff. Tenet Archiplasmor, Coda Base Assist. That's just ones off the top of my head right now. There's some good primes still. Like the Glade Prime is still effective. It's fallen behind the Zoris, I'd say, and you can get Zoris from a quest. The Nasruk is also a very good weapon, so don't overlook it. Yeah. Adam said, I think I misunderstood how enemy armor scaling works, confused numbers. Okay, enemy armor scaling also doesn't work that way, so... Fair enough. Yeah, it's just fair enough on that. You got lost in the numbers. Games need a Ken to rant about health tank. It's a common. Anyway, throughout this stream here, Jellyfish, Raptor, Alien, thank you very much for joining in and helping to get those bits and pieces there. I'm going to get the compressor building, and it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket in chat if you haven't already done that to give yourself a chance to win it. Exclamation mark raffle if you have no idea what the raffle's about and need more information. But otherwise, just grab the ticket. It is open to everyone. Doesn't matter if you're on PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, or on mobile. Doesn't matter if this is your first time here or if you've been here for years. Everyone has the same chance to win. So long as you grab yourself that ticket. One ticket per stream. I'll give y'all a moment on that there. Layton's an excellent secondary. It is absolutely one of the Incarnons. She's not saying Glaive Prime is best at highest levels because of the Force Slash proc. I mean, you say that, but then Zoris is the Forced Electric proc, and Electric has a higher percentage than Slash straight up. It's 50% versus 35. Electric starts damaging immediately, whereas Slash does not. And since the armor change with enemies, their armor matters far less, and there's a lot of enemies which are not armored. The Zoris, if I recall correctly, has a larger radius to it, and also you don't have to buy a vaulted weapon when you can just do the quest. Electric also works in with melee influence, which is absolutely bonkers good, and on the Zoris, it just feels like cheating. Yeah. Do I prefer the Fenmore or the Felarx? That's a very good question. I would instinctively say the Fenmore, however, the Felarx has a lot going for it as well. It depends on the situation. I would say, in general, I'd probably prefer the Fenmore overall, But when it comes to dealing with demolishers, the Felarx, well, demolishes them. So, take your pick, really. The Fenmore is a little bit more standard. So, it's, you know, it's a rifle. Tap, 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 tap. Turn it into a cannon. It does a good job. Whereas the Felarx, it's got that shell-by-shell reload, which can be a bit frustrating. Unless you go for a weapon switch setup and get it to reload itself. I believe it has that perk. It's a trade-off. So the Felarx is a little bit more unusual, but it definitely has its place. Definitely. Or you can swap in cannon to reload it. Well, there is also that as well, but that's still going through a reload cycle and then back again. It's a bit of an odd choice, but you're right. You can do that. I don't think it always worked that way, did it? Can't remember. No, they didn't. They didn't used to reload on swap, but then that got added in. Yeah. Anyway, my highest level, you mean damage cap? Oh, okay, right. Well, armor is still capped at 90% flat for enemies, so and melee influence still go better. Guns that eat people? Kinda, yeah. I didn't vibe much with that particular Kim conversation, but it was a thing. It was a thing. Like, cheers on hydrate. Alright, that's enough time for everyone to grab tickets. I see no more tickets being grabbed now, so anyone who wants one has one, and anyone who now wants one, well, toughy too late. Because they're all in. So let's see. Out of those of you who joined in today, there's 88 of you joined in. Only one of you can be the winner. The winner today is indeed going to be Tony75. Tony75, congratulations, you are the winner today of the Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and if you have cross-save turned on or not. Tony75, congratulations on that. And to everyone, thank you very much for joining in on the stream today. There's a low chance. Yeah, we had 88 people in here today. Absolutely. You got more chance of getting a rare from a intact relic. That's just how it goes. But that is all from me today. We will be running out of here onto another part of the Warframe community. Let's see where we can raid for that. And whilst we're at it, a quick reminder that first of all, tomorrow I will have the finale for the Dan video coming out. So definitely look forward to that. The video itself is done. It needs to be uploaded. I need to get the captions. There's actually quite a bit of a process still. That's going to take a while. And also look forward to Notice, probably not tomorrow, but soon, with regards to a Yareli Prime Access giveaway, because I'm sure some of you are absolutely chomping at the bit for that. So that is all coming for you to look forward to. Well, let's see, who can we raid on into today? Who is live in the Warframe category we want to say hi to? I'm seeing there is a Brozyme, I'm seeing a Gaz, I'm seeing a Liam, I'm seeing a variety of different names up. There's a Canna Craig, there's a Xenosfire, my word. It's almost as if there's been an update to the game. Let's see then. Who is the least obnoxious title out of those I've just named? That one is pure caps. So that qualifies highly as a bit obnoxious. That's got a hell of a lot of commands in it. That one's nowhere near as obnoxious. That's good. No, more on the caps again. And I say that, but I've got also mostly caps in my title today. Oops. Yep, Brozyme wins. I don't have pure caps, it's only caps and exclamation mark commands. Oh, Brozyme wins today. We're heading over to Brozyme. Is that Kengineer nerd streaming? Oh, I think he's finishing him out now, which is probably for the best. Get him off the tubes. Ew. Do you get how pompous that nerd is? He calls himself the Kengineer. Ugh. 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 Anyway, that's all from me. Raid is up. I will see you on the other side, and thank you very much for joining in today. Have a good one.